Hey, guess what? We're on. As usual.
Hello.
We're not in postseason form, but the good time that the girls are, we know our levels are good. Hey, welcome to StAlbertSportsFan.com. Last broadcast we're going to do for volleyball this year, regardless, one way or the other. It's the regional final in Class 2A. The Saints on the road, as are the Treynor Cardinals at Lewis Central to see who gets to go to state, Terry.
Well, let's make it a good one then, Matt, right?
It should be a great match tonight. Terry's done a lot of research on the Cardinals of Treynor. And head-to-head, that's probably the place to start, right, Terry?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they've lost against AL. We won against AL. They lost against Tri-Center. We won against Tri-Center. That was early in the year, though. Sydney, we both lost to Sydney. They played Mount Vernon, lost. We did not play Mount Vernon. Red Oak, they lost to Red Oak. We won against Red Oak. And then Tri-Center, they lost to Tri-Center because they kind of have their card, apparently, so they lost to Tri-Center again at the end. Our other losses came against Sergeant Bluff Luton, who's a 4A school, and Glenwood, and then we have lost to Treynor, but.
We're going to do our anthem now. We'll be right back. All right, the anthem's done. Mostly what's left is to play volleyball.
And so what I was saying earlier, we have lost to Treynor a couple of times this year in tournaments, which is a little different dynamic than one match on a given day. And my personal belief is the more times you play a team, the harder it is to beat them, especially when they're closely paired.
I think so. You look at these teams, they look very similar to each other, so it's just a matter of who comes out and plays tonight. Sometimes it's hard to beat yourself, and if you're in Treynor's position, you have to beat yourself 3 times.
Absolutely.
So the teams are a lot mirror images. No one's that big. They have a lot of versatile players. They play a lot of roles. Both teams run a 6-2 offense.
They have very similar dynamics, and ultimately my belief is it's going to come out to who makes the least errors and is the most consistent and can follow the game plan. Both teams have good coaches. Angie, we know Coach Lance really is good at breaking down the other team, identify weak spots, and then executing and bringing them to the forefront when we play them. So I think that the focus tonight, because it is a single match, they've probably prepared for this for the last few days in practice. And so we'll just see if we can come out and serve aggressively as we always do and put the ball where they're not. I did want to mention our referees tonight. We have our R1 is Jen Wick, our R2 is Todd Kahn, Jim Doyle and Patty Niedermeyer, I believe is how you say her last name. So I'm sorry if I didn't say that correctly, but those are our line judges tonight. So we have a good officiating crew. All
right, ready to start here. We'll do the format like we did the other night. So it's audio only now. I talked about it before. I'm going to probably give the score more often, but our man Sawyer Sheffield here on the scoreboard. We'll have that up there, but if you're not looking right at your screen, you're kind of in the neighborhood listening, ironing your shirt for tomorrow for work or whatever.
And listening to whatever conversation you heard earlier.
Yes, and here we go. We are underway. Saints serve. Wettengale serves it. Right side attack dug by the Saints. Barnes going to set outside to Blaha. She goes out of bounds. First point goes to the Treynor Cardinals.
And there's nothing wrong with that. That was a good first play, set the ball up. Jordan had a good contact. It was just out by probably about a foot.
Back to serve for the Cardinals is Connor Sudman. Her serve is passed by Blaha. It's a free ball over by the Saints, pushed by Blaha. Cardinals dig it. Set to the strong side. There's a shot that finds an opening. Give that kill to Maya Shipley, an outside hitter, averages 2.5 kills per set. Cardinals up early 2-0.
And my guess is they're going to pick on Jordan because she had an error on the first attack. They're going to pick on her. They're going to see if she has the mental toughness to bring it back.
Serve again Saints have trouble passing it. It's an attack by Blaha. She goes off the top of the block. Dug by the Cardinals. Set outside to Shipley again. Her attack is long. Point Saints.
And we do know over on the Treynor side of the bench, we have a couple sisters, Mia Shipley and Maddie Shipley, I believe.
Serving for the Saints is Alicia Johnson, senior, on her way to Iowa Central Community College in Fort Dodge. Big crowd here tonight at Lewis Central. We want to thank Mike Hale for setting us up in a good spot. Attack by the Cardinals is off the block and down. Give that kill to Kayla Chapman, outside hitter, averages 2.5 kills per set. And that's her first.
This is exactly what I thought we would probably see tonight. There's going to be a lot of off the blocks, dig it, close line shots.
Serving for the Cardinals, Quinn Mantell. Johnson sets outside to Barnes. She tools it, pushes it through the block for a kill.
Again, we know that's one of Olivia's strong points, is that she's really good at placing the ball. She used the block, killed it out of bounds.
Got the PA guy here telling us things we can already see, who's subbing in and subbing out. You listen to us, you don't need that. Serving is Recker for the Saints, leads the team in aces, and before I could even say that, it's a net serve, point Cardinals, 4-2 here early. Back to serve is Shipley. She has a kill already. Serve is passed nicely by Recker to Johnson, outside to Petrie. Great. Through the block and down.
That was a beautiful set. Perfectly still, lots of push. Perfect distance from the net. Gave Allie a really good vantage point.
Saints crawl within one, and back to the service line is Bailey White. On the floor with Recker, Johnson, Barnes, Svagel, and Petrie. It's going to be a roll shot by the Cardinals. Recker digs it deep in the back row. Outside set to Petrie from behind. She rolls into the corner, and point Saints. We're tied.
Rolled off the top of the block. Her fingers, I believe, as well, before it hit the ground. I couldn't quite see that where it hit, because I was hoping it wasn't out, but it was real close.
It was in right by Coach Kim Barents, head coach for the Treynor Cardinals. We're tied, and White's at the service line. Decent pass on the serve. The attacker has to back up. Johnson digs. White steps in to set. Outside to Barnes. She tries to cut it cross court. Doesn't quite clear the net.
Right idea. Might have landed. Just didn't quite execute.
Didn't get the barn burner, as Terry likes to call it. Didn't go quite deep enough. Cardinals with a slim advantage. And at the service line and serving nicely is Chapman.
Beautiful pass.
It's a tip shot in the middle, dug by the Cardinals. Bump set outside. Tip shot by the Cardinals. Saints cannot keep it alive. Try to push it over. Point Cardinals.
So interestingly enough, Chapman, I think it was Chapman, had that sweet spot covered completely. A lot of times on middles, you have it where the blocker came from is open. She had total coverage and left the middle open. Chapman
serves still for the Cardinals. Recker with a nice pass. Goes to Johnson. Right side attack by Barnes. It's wide. Another point Cardinals, 7-4.
Saints need to get the ball to Allie. They just had a couple back sets and have been mixing it up, but they need to get the ball to Allie when she's in the front row.
Still at the service line is Chapman. Petrie passes. Set outside to Petrie. Off the block and down. Her third kill of the night.
She's going to have to take a very active role, and everybody on the team is going to have to be selfless tonight in order to get that ball into her hands.
Terry says, ride the one that got you here. At this point, Saints trailing by a couple. Barnes at the service line. She will be the setter. Nice spinny serve.
Great serve.
For an ace. Point Saints.
You know, the thing about St. Albert is if you're a player that wants the stage, that wants to be the one all the time, this isn't the place for you. But if you're the one that wants to bring other people where they can't go without you, then this is the place to be.
Saints edge to within one. There's a nice serve by Barnes. The attack on the right side, off the block, pushed back over by Petrie. Ball's kept alive. Barnes sets outside to Petrie. She has to reach, gets it over. Set outside for the Cardinals, an attack dug by Recker. Ball's close to the net. Barnes keeps it alive. So do the Cardinals. A deep push. Recker's there to cover it. Set outside to Petrie. Her roll shot finds the floor.
Great shot. And she is going to be able to have that ability to keep them off balance because their response to her hit is reflex only because it's coming so hard. But she's going to have the best chance to get a kill on that roll shot in the middle.
Petrie changes speeds. We are tied at 7. Serving still is Barnes. Already has an ace in this run. There's a push over by the Cardinals, out of bounds. A little too much on it was, can you help me say her name? Sienna Chaussee?
Sorry, I didn't even see. Sienna Chaussee is how I would say it.
Sienna Chaussee, that's how I said it. I'm glad we agree.
Yep.
Barnes still at the service line. Saints have pulled ahead now after having a little deficit here. Right side attack, dug by a Wrecker. Barnes sets. This time it goes to Johnson. Cardinals dig. That was Mantell. Set outside is put down. Give a kill that time to Connor Sudman, her first kill, and we're back tied at 8.
And the whole Sudman family really has a long-standing tradition at Treynor. There are other people on this floor that have Sudman blood in them, even though their last name is not Sudman. So they are athletes for sure.
Back at the service line for the Cardinals is Sydney Huisman. Huisman, how are you going to say that?
I think it's Huisman.
Huisman, we'll say Huisman. Attack outside. Johnson's going to have to push it over. She does. Cardinals keep it alive. Set to the right side to Sudman. Blocked, but out of bounds. Point Cardinals. Kill for Sudman.
One of the things that Treynor's really doing well on, I can already tell from their coverage, tips to the sweet spot are not going to be open. If they're going to tip, they need to tip middle directly behind the block, and that is wide open. They're keeping everybody on the perimeter for defensive coverage.
Petrie passes. Barnes serves. Attacked to the right side by Petrie.
Nice.
She goes cross court and down.
That was a beautiful stack. First person goes up quick. Block hopefully goes up with them, and then Allie came in from behind on a delay.
We are knotted. That means tied, I think, at 9. Petrie at the service line. On the floor with Barnes, Wettengale, Blaha, Johnson, and Svagel. Jump float serve. Treynor has a little trouble, but gets a nice setup regardless. Outside attack, and kill that time by Sudman.
And Sudman's just going over the block. Unfortunately, right now, she's going over our block. So we're going to have to make sure they stay out of system so they can't get the ball set up tight. And if you notice when Treynor sets the ball, they do set it pretty tight, knowing that their players can get above the block.
Serve for the Cardinals. Petrie passes. Barnes going to set outside to Blaha. She hits the tape, but doesn't quite make it over. Point Cardinals. At the service line for the Cardinals is Sienna Chaussee. Sorry, young lady, for pronouncing your name incorrectly. Call her Sienna. I'm more certain on that part. Barnes going to set middle this time. Push deep, but the Cardinals recover. Right side attack.
Straight up.
Dug in the back row by Petrie. Outside attack. Barnes with Blaha pushes it to a spot. Cardinals dig it. Free ball over. Wettengale to Barnes. Outside to Blaha. Off the tape.
No,
it's
that was
still
down.
alive. No, I think it was alive. Middle push by Saints is dug. Outside attack. Cardinals. Saints dig. Wettengale with a bump set to Blaha. She winds up. Dug by the Cardinals. Long rally here.
A setter dump here would be perfect.
And there's a back set to Johnson. She goes cross court. Cardinals dig a ball. There's a setter dump by the Cardinals. Saints get it.
Not the team that I was hoping would do it, though.
A point the Saints needed. The person who dug the setter dump fell down. That was Johnson. The setter Barnes couldn't get around her, kind of tripped on her. Ball went back in the nets. 12-9. Cardinals with the lead. And at the service line is Chaussee, 5'9" senior. It's going to be a long match. The fans are into it already. Barnes has to chase down an errant pass. Blaha attacks. Cardinals dig. Sudman with a short dump. Dug. Middle attack that time by Svagel off the block and down for a point.
Great use for Veronica.
Mom and Dad sitting right here in front of us.
That's right. Bailey now in.
White checks in. At the service line is Wettengale. Saints trail by a couple. There's a near overpass. Cardinals dig it.
Nice
block.
block.
Bailey White with this, just checks in with a stuffed solo block for the point.
And that was great recognition by Bailey White to know that setter was back row, could not go up, could not dump, and stayed and waited for the hitter and was able to be up there on that tight set.
Wettengale continues to serve. It's a deep serve. Nice pass to the setter, Huisman. Attack is long. That time it was Chapman. We're tied at 12 again. 12-9 seemed like a huge advantage for the Cardinals, and now we're tied again.
Right.
And if the Saints go ahead by 3, that'll seem huge to them. Everything is intensified in this regional final.
Take nothing for granted. You're never far enough ahead.
Attack by Sudman out of the middle for a kill.
Again, keeping Treynor off balance is going to be critical for us tonight.
Her
so
fourth,
that they can. Go ahead.
Her 4th kill of the night, and she steps back to the service line. Petriardi with 5 kills for the Saints. Laha passes. Barnes going to set back row to Petrie. She was off the top of the tape. Cardinals keep it alive, tip it over. Saints push it back, though, in the free ball exchange. Attack and the kill out of the middle that time by Kayla Chapman, her 2nd kill of the night.
One thing that Treynor is, again, very effective at is their setters put the ball on the net. They allow because as we were talking about earlier, they're not towering above us. I would say we're fairly similar in height, but they get their sets on the 2-foot line, 1-foot line, and their hitters get to it, and they're able to terminate.
Petrie passes. Barnes going to set middle to Bailey White. She pushes to a spot. Cardinals dig it. 3 ball over. Petrie passes it up to Barnes. This time it's a middle or an outside attack. Right side free ball. Cards set close again. This time it's pushed down once again by Chapman, her 3rd kill.
The Treynor was actually called in the net.
Oh, all right.
And so it's side out, St. Albert.
Excellent. I will strike that kill. Instead of a 3-point advantage, now it's 1. Big point for the Saints. 14-13 Cards instead of 15-12. Johnson serves. Decent pass by Treynor. Set is down as outside. And Chapman gets back that kill she just lost, driving it down the line. 2-point advantage Cardinals.
That is one thing Chapman has. She has height. I don't know what she's listed at. Let me look here. She's listed at 5'9". I would say she's a tall 5'9", and she can jump well.
On the tall side for a 5'9" girl. Johnson has a tight set. She pushes it over. Cardinals push it back, and there's a net violation on the Saints. I think Johnson ran into the net. Or White. I think it was Bailey.
White. Yeah, it was Bailey. She went around for the slide, and she was trying to save that tight ball.
3-point advantage Cardinals. Serving is Mantell. Set outside to Barnes. She tools off the block and down.
Again, Olivia gets it that you don't have to make it look pretty. It doesn't have to be a ESPN top 10 reel. It just has to be down.
At the service line is Recker for the Saints. She checked in when Laha checked out. Middle attack again by the
block.
The Cardinals. Saints did block it. Free ball over from Huseman. Recker passes to Johnson. Middle attack by White on the slide.
Go.
Saints keep it alive.
No!
And there's so the Cardinals off a block. Teams exchanging great exchanges. Setter dump. Cardinals were ready. Set outside this time and straight down. And give that kill to Maya Shipley, her 2nd kill of the first set. 17-14, Cardinals ahead.
Well, I don't know if Maya or Maddie. I know her mom went to St. Albert. So both the Shipley girls, their moms went to St. Albert. So
Terry adding the info. There's Bailey White with an attack. Hitting from the right middle. Turns it down the line. Scores. It's Bailey's 1st kill of the night. She had a big block earlier. Saints trail by a couple. Here in the first set, best of 5. I'm just going to say it now. Best of 5. This has a feel of a 5-set match, doesn't it?
It does.
Bailey White at the service line after that kill. Cardinals passing pretty nicely. There's a middle attack. Recker digs. Cardinals set it up on the outside. It's Mantell setting. Ball doesn't clear the net. It doesn't clear the net. The down referee made the call, and the up referee saw it.
And that's standard procedure. Sometimes if the down official does see something and they think that it's, for example, 4 hits, they can signal that by just put it on their chest, and the up official knows their opinion, and they can choose or not to blow the whistle.
White back at the service line. Saints trail now by 1. Attack on the outside by the setter that time. Huseman averages 2 kills a set. Very versatile player. Leads the team in blocks. Does some setting and does some hitting.
Unfortunately, that was too easy. We can't allow easy points tips to fall.
There's a serve that was maybe going to be long. Saints keep it alive. Cardinals setting up some offense. There's a tip dug by Johnson, and it was a Cardinal in the net that time.
We'll take it.
I think that was Huseman in the net. I just was praising how versatile player she was, and she bumped into the net. I have no impact on the game whatsoever.
Say more good things.
Serving for the Saints is Barnes. She had an ace earlier. There's a double contact called on the Treynor setter that time. I think that was Huseman.
Yeah.
I promise you, young lady, I had nothing to do with that.
No,
we are tied again, though. Late stages of the first set.
Quinn Mantell
that was
got
Quinn.
called. Yeah, she got called for that.
That's right. She's the setter of this rotation. Mantell sets middle. There's an attack and a kill going toward the line. That was Chanus, I believe, on the kill.
And they're just very very versatile. When we have a single block up, they're going to cut angles, and it's just good volleyball.
Huseman back at the service line. She will now be the setter in this rotation. Cardinals ahead by 1, serving. Recker's pass a little tight. Barnes runs it down. Johnson roll shots to the corner.
Great
nice
shot.
spot. Cardinals push it across the court. A left-handed attack doesn't clear the net. Point Saints. That was Maddie Shipley. Couldn't quite get it over. Back tied again at 19.
So, yeah, if you remember Melanie and Carrie Miller, that's their mother. Those are their mothers. I played with Carrie throughout growing up, so know her well.
Sure. Served by Petrie. Cardinals push it to the outside attacker, and it's in. Give that kill to Maddie Shipley. So second go, she didn't clear the net, and then she bounces right back with a big kill. Pushes the Cardinals ahead 20-19. And the coach, Kim Barron's going to chase down the ball in the corner. She wants to be part of the action.
Just want to touch the ball, man.
Saints serving, leading. Late first set, best of 5. Petrie passes. Barnes going to set back behind her to Johnson. She goes down the line and scores.
Great spot. She goes high, deep corner.
Alicia's first kill. We're tied again. 20 apiece. Wettengale serving for the Saints on the floor with Petrie, Barnes, Blaha, White, and Johnson. Huseman sets. There's an attack and a long, no touch. Point Saints. A little bit long that time was Sudman. Saints now with the first lead they've had in a while, 21-20. Wettengale still serves. Serve is deep. Pass by the Cardinals. Set by Huseman. Quick push shot over. Wettengale digs. Barnes sets middle to White. She goes off a block. Cardinals keep it alive. Huseman sets again. There's a back row attack. Sudman. Saints dig. Set to White again. It's a double contact called. We're tied at 21.
And I think that was Chapman that attacked. Was it Chapman? It was Chapman that attacked from the back row. She just rotated into the front row. I think I've seen them set her several times in the back row. Both teams do that. They both set their players in the back row occasionally.
Tied at 21. Serving is Sudman. Barnes sets it this time to Johnson. Cardinals dig. Set by Huseman. Attack. Saints dig it off the block. Set back row, as you mentioned, to Petrie. She rolls to a spot. Cardinals dig it. A push shot. Dug by the Saints. Outside the Blaha. She pushes it off a block and down eventually.
We'll take the look there. It rolled up. It was a tip push off the block.
There was a block, a pancake, and then the batter spilled all over and Saints scored.
I think whoever was nearest to her took her eyes off the ball thinking it was going to go in the back row, so it bought us a little more time for that ball to land. Saints
lead and serve. Johnson at the service line, 22-21. Saints lead. Outside attack is blocked by the Saints, but out of bounds. Give a kill that time to Chapman, her fourth, tied at 22.
And we're getting hands on it. At least we were getting hands on that. We just need to turn the hands in so it goes inside the court.
Saints have had some options or opportunities when they have not gotten hands on the ball. So as Terry mentioned, that is an improvement. Petrie passes. Set this time to White. She's blocked that time. Give a point to the Cardinals. Let's give credit to Chapman on that block.
And that was a really difficult hit for Bailey because she was looking, the ball was coming from behind her, so she was looking behind to target the ball and couldn't really see where the blockers were set up.
Johnson sets this time to Blaha out of the middle,
nice.
And she hits the line.
That's
not a look we've seen all year. Blaha rarely hits out of the middle.
That's right. But that was a great attack by Jordan. She needs that for her confidence. We needed that as a team.
It's a good idea to have her set or swing from a different position too.
Yeah.
Recker serves as she rotates in for Blaha rotating out. We're tied at 23. Saints going to have, or Cardinal have to free ball it over. Recker passes to Johnson. She's going to set outside to Petrie, and she is stuff blocked. Give credit that time to Huseman with the big block.
And they were all set up on her, and she went for the hammer. You know, again, development of a player. The thing probably at that point would have been a roll shot.
It is set point here. First set for the Cardinals, lead 24-23. Serve is passed by Recker, tight to the net. Johnson keeps it alive. White pushes it to a spot. Cardinals on offense. Huseman sets it. Roll shot is off the block and down. Cardinals take the first set, 25-23.
So the Cardinals are doing a good job of passing our serves. And so we either need to get more aggressive on serving and serve the corners, or we need to do a better job at getting our hands on the block, because our diggers, I think our defense is doing a decent job at getting balls up with a few small exceptions, and our passing is decent. But we need to take better care of the ball when we have it, maybe make a little different choices when it comes to who needs to attack the ball. They know we're going to go to Allie in certain circumstances, in most circumstances, and so mixing it up a little bit. That rotation, you have Bailey and Allie in the front row, and that's going to challenge our setters to really identify where's the block. Are they cheating? Are they going outside? Are they already headed out there? We just need to do more of the same. I think we had a little bit of a slow start. I'm hopeful that we come out a little bit cleaner in the second set. Don't spot them at a couple points. And the two-point set, it doesn't get any closer.
That's the minimum. So we need to talk about one of our sponsors here, and that is Southwest Ortho. If you've been thinking about getting Invisalign, now is the time. St. Albert alum Dr. Michelle Wolf at Southwest Ortho provides the highest quality of orthodontic care in a friendly, family-based environment. Visit one of Southwest Ortho's 8 area locations, providing care for kids, teenagers, and adults. Learn more today at swortho.net. So thanks to Southwest Ortho for making this broadcast possible. And tonight, audio only. And we have the other audio partner we have is KNOD. KMA is here, but they've got so many things going. We have Ryan Matheny just sending out information, tweets, photos, maybe a little post video after a play. So, but for us, video comes up tomorrow, so you can watch the match tomorrow. And as I always recommend, turn down the sound and just focus on the video. Terry, you kind of talked about what you thought the Saints needed to do. So what do you see from the Treynor side that they might try to change the second set that wasn't working for them?
I thought everything that they were doing was working for them. They are passing. If you notice their passes, again, they're not just generic in the middle of the floor. They're getting their passes up to target. They can run quick stuff, and their setters are doing a really good job of putting the ball on the net where it needs to be for their hitters, even if they are pulled off to, say, the 12-foot line. I think their passers are doing a good enough job to make that possible. I think that could be one of the potential weaknesses as we go forward in the match, that their passing could fall apart just a little bit because it's just hanging in there. I don't see that there's just overwhelming perfection on their passing, but if you notice their libero, number 4, Jessica Voss, she's been using her hands a lot. So sometimes when you use your hands, it's just shoving the ball up to where you think you about want it to be.
We're about underway in the second set here. We'll get you some first set stats. We might get to that. Barnes going to set middle this time to White. She pushes to a spot. Cardinals dig it. Rolled over. Wettengale pops it up. Petrie sets to the outside to Johnson on the right side. Cardinals dig that. Attack outside and down. Give that kill to Maya Shipley, the 5'7" sophomore. Her third of the match. Back at the service line for Treynor is Connor Sudman. Had 4 kills in the first set. We'll give you stats by when their name comes around. We'll tell you what they've done to date. Sudman serves. Pass by Blaha. It's going to be a set from the back row. Wettengale to Blaha. She's dug by the libero. Outside attack and a push by the Cardinals is down. Finding a little spot that time was Mia Shipley, her second kill of this set.
So Mia Shipley gave it away because the ball was tight. She had to reach for it. Defensively, we need to pull forward and not let that ball drop in front of us because we know it's not going to be deep because she's barely going to get it over.
Sudman serves. Pass by Petrie. Good pass this time. Middle set to White.
Straight up.
Cardinals were all over it. Set was a little tight, and there's a double contact called on the serve. On the set. Point Cardinals. 3-0 early here.
Maggie Wettengale had a great up off of the blocker's hands. Again, great reactions. Maggie doing a really good job.
We have Chris Williams here taking photos for StAlbertSportsFan.com. Those are always great.
Great
Petrie
pass.
passes. And White this time sneaks it inside the block and down.
Again, we had a perfect pass. We had Allie had a great pass that time, right to target. We were able to run something a little quicker, and Bailey got to the ball earlier than we would have if we had a pass off the net.
Bailey's second kill. That sends Johnson to the service line. She's in with Petrie, Blaha, Wettengale, White, and Barnes. That serve is out of bounds. 4-1 Cardinals.
And again, by about a foot. We're targeting the corners, which is good. That's what we want to do. Had it been a foot farther inside, it probably would have been an ace, or they would not have gotten it set up well.
This one landed on the risk side of a high risk, high reward attempt. Pass by Barnes. Setter had to run a little bit. White has to get in position to hurry up and get there. Keeps it alive. Cardinals gonna have to push it over themselves. A little miscommunication. Saints have it. Free ball over by Johnson. Cardinals dig in the donut. There's an attack. Dug by the Saints. Johnson's going to set to White this time. She goes. Cardinals keep it alive somehow. Allows to go for a score. Attack this time by Blaha. She goes off the block and scores. Jordan's third kill of the night.
And that is one of Treynor's claims to fame, is that they dig balls. They do not let balls drop. And based on some of the interaction I've heard earlier this year, is that's when they're playing their best, is when they're defensively playing their best.
Blaha rotates out. Wrecker in. Wrecker serves. Quick set on the outside off the block. Saints dig it. Wettengale bump sets behind her. Petrie takes an attack.
Great court sense by Maggie Wettengale.
Cardinals on that. There's an attack and a kill that time by Mia Shipley. She's heating up. 3 kills already here in the second set. 5 in the match for the 5'7" sophomore. Back at the service line is Shipley, we just talked about. Her serve is passed, but not extremely well. It's going to have to be just a shot by Petrie, but she rears back in a tough set and puts it away.
That's right. She's about on the 8-foot line and just
swings the ball coming
hard
over her shoulder.
As
a hitter, I like those coming over my shoulder.
Right.
I don't know why. From behind, you can see it come. The defense doesn't know what you're going to do.
Since she's so high in the air, she can do that.
She lingers up there for a while. White serves. Going to be a middle attack by the Cardinals, so they just push it over. Johnson's going to set right side to Barnes. She's dug. Set right side to the Cardinals. Cutting across court and out of bounds.
Kind of surprised Olivia didn't go line on that. She had the corner pretty wide open.
Errant Cardinal attack makes it 5-4. Treynor's ahead. Sends Bailey White to the service line. White's serve is pass. Cardinals going to get an attack. A push shot that time by Huseman. Outside attack by Petrie. Cardinals dig it. Going to be a roll shot this time.
It's not going over.
Doesn't clear the net. Point Saints. We're tied again.
So I think you're going to see the tale of two teams here. I think you're going to see glimpses of two different teams. And legitimately, you could probably see it from either team, but we'll just wait and see.
White continues to serve. It's a deep serve, and it's an ace. The passer you talked about taking it with her hands didn't work that time.
I think they've been operating on adrenaline, and the farther along we get in this match, the more it's going to have to be the skill coming through.
You heard Terry say that here. First ace by Bailey White. Comes in the second set. Going to be a roll shot over by Chapman. Saints going to set it right side. Saints push it deep. That's Svagel. Setter dump is going to be a score that time. Quinn Mantell with the setter dump kill.
Again, she gave it away in her hands. The way she dropped one of her hands. We just have to react a little bit faster and watch the person that's going to contact the ball as well as where the ball's going.
Chapman at the service line for Treynor. Service pass by Petrie. Nice pass. Right side attack by Barnes. Cuts to the corner. Doug. Back row attack by the Cardinals. Off Wettengale and out of bounds. Point Treynor. They lead 7-6 now.
A little confusion. I heard Emily call out. I'm not sure it would have been. I think it would have been close.
5th kill for Chapman. She's at the service line after that back row attack score. Petrie passes. Johnson sets. It's outside to Barnes. Dug by Mantell. It's a back set that time to the back row of Chapman. Svagel gets a hand on it. Saints keep it alive on their side. Is a deep setter dump to the corner. Cardinals keep it alive though.
It's going to be a free ball.
Free ball to Wrecker. She passes to Johnson. You set outside to Petrie.
Nice.
She rolls to a spot.
That's what we have to do.
It's down.
Right there. That Allie Allie made a great choice. They were expecting the hammer, and she rolled it to the middle.
7 kills for Petrie, 2 here in this set. We are tied, speaking of 7, at 7 apiece. Barnes at the service line. On the floor with Recker, Wettengale, Johnson, Svagel, and Petrie. There's an attack, and a kill that time by Sienna Chaucy, her second kill of the night, off the Saints blocking down.
And Veronica was up on that. She got a hand on it. It just kind of trickled off the side of her hand.
Our sporadic announcer is now announcing who's coming in and out again. He stopped for a while. He couldn't quite keep up with the action. I'm always a critic. I'm not going to lie. Spencer hasn't fired me yet. No one did either. So.
Oh, I'm glad you don't abuse me when I'm
No, not when you're here. There's a nice attack, or block, that time. Petrie fired up because she stuffed the ball back on Connor Sudman. Petrie's first block of the night. And we are tied at 8. I think we're going to say that a lot. We are tied at fill in the blank.
Tied is going to be the highlight word of the night.
Petrie after that block back to the service line. Serves pass a little errantly, but Huseman runs it down. This is a tip play. Saints push it back over and score. Is that Alicia put that back over or Veronica?
Veronica was alert, paid attention, was monitoring the net, and got up there and shoved it back.
Second kill of the night for Svagel. Again, the parents are sitting right here in front of us. Enjoyed that play. There's a nice serve, but the Cardinals do pass it. There's a slide step attack dug by Petrie. Now a Blaha attack off the block and down.
So Jordan's really showing that she can play this game. A good player has a short memory. No matter how it starts, how it ends is most important.
Blaha attack and kill puts the Saints up 10-8. Petrie continues to serve, and it's an ace.
Yeah, that's an ace. She's picking on Kayla Chapman. Kayla had several good passes right before this, but she was headed out of bounds. It was a kind of a salvage mode. Kim calling a timeout.
They just got our first timeout of the match. There were no timeouts in the first set. They played it straight through to 23-25, and no team really was doing anything wrong. So first timeout of the match. I bet this is probably the only match in the whole state, in the whole regional final, where someone didn't call a timeout in the first set.
Yeah, and honestly, this is probably one of the most competitive regional finals, like you said, in the state. These two teams are very good, and it wouldn't surprise me if either one of them could beat somebody that shows up at the state tournament.
Absolutely. I think this is, we're biased here, and for both teams, a lot of good volleyball in Southwest Iowa. But this is to see who gets to go to the state semifinals. Wait.
Quarterfinals.
I know. What I'm saying is
the
quality of the team. I think the winner of this.
You're kind of counting your chickens before they're hatched.
Yeah. This is either team. I'm not jinxing one or the other.
Well, one thing I will say is, if it is us, we need people to come up and support us. I mean,
I looked at my calendar. I think I can make it on Wednesday the 7th, a week from tomorrow. Be the first round match. Back at the service line is Petrie. Saints leading 11-8 here. Again, a nice tough serve. Cardinals are going to be in the net, going after the tight pass.
Again, good self-control by Jordan Blaha on the left side, knowing that setter was back row, couldn't take it over.
I'm going to give Petrie a virtual ace that time. Touched a couple players, doesn't get a real ace, but her tough serve made the point. And there's a real ace off of one player only.
Again, off the hands. This is a tough ball that comes at you chest high, and it's coming fast. And you have to make that decision. Do I take it under with my forearms, or do I take it with my hands?
Petrie continues to serve, 13-8. Student section getting into it now, and there Petrie's serve goes into the net, ends the service run, but not before the Saints take a 4-point lead.
And that's a good cushion. Now we just have to get that side out.
Side out game going, yeah. Back at the service line for the Cardinals is Chaucy. Wettengale with a nice pass, set to Barnes, outside to Blaha. She gets a kill. Don't look now, somebody's heating up.
That's exactly right. I like the way Jordan looks. She looks smooth, she looks comfortable, she gets up there and she's swinging hard.
Back at the service line is Wettengale on the floor with Barnes, Petrie, Blaha, Svig, White, and Johnson. It's going to be a set by Huseman to the middle. And there's an attack and a kill that time by Maddie Shipley, the 5'9" senior, her second kill of the night, first of this set.
I'm not sure exactly what the strategy of that serve was, because I know everything has purpose in what Coach Lance is doing. But that was a fairly easy serve, and they were able to set that ball up easily for an attack.
Serving is Sudman. Nice pass that time by the Saints. White with a middle attack. Dump over by the Cardinals. Wettengale with a back bump set to Blaha. She looks for a spot. Cardinals do dig it. Attack on the outside, doesn't clear the net. Mia Shipley tried to push it over, just didn't see the net there, or didn't get it over. 15-10, Saints back ahead.
And Houston had to go quite a ways for that ball. She had to run the course of the width of the net to get it up to Mia.
Serving is Johnson for the Saints. She'll be the setter in the next 3 rotations. Push outside, roll shot. Saints dig it. Johnson keeps it alive. Wettengale with a back bump set to Blaha again. She tips this time. Cardinals keep it alive. Petrie to Johnson. It's tight. She plays it out of the net. Saints keep it alive. Nice volleyball play by White. Cardinals dump it.
Go.
Saints keep it alive. Another nice volleyball play by White. Outside attack by the Cardinals. Saints can't get this one.
Well,
big point goes to the Cardinals.
They could have. I'm just going to say they could have gotten that one. It was a communication error, and so here's your theme in volleyball.
But let me say they don't get this one.
You take the ball and you talk about it later. You just take the ball and you talk about whose it was later.
Saints with it sets tight net. White block back. Give that block that time to Shipley, her first block of the night.
It's going to be really important for the setters to work really hard and get that ball before it gets into the net so that we can make some offense.
Mantell serves. Saints lead by 3. It's going to be a middle attack to Blaha. She's blocked. Saints keep it alive. Johnson pushes it deep. Cardinals dig. Middle set by the Cardinals. Dug by Johnson in the back row. Wettengale bump sets. Barnes pushes it line. Cardinals dig. Attack by Huseman. Johnson digs. Wettengale sets. We go back at it again. Petrie's back row attack is Dug. And there's a kill on the outside that time. Give that kill to Mia Shipley.
And I think she went around the block that time. She was able to thread between the antenna and the outside blocker's hands.
Saints lead by a couple here, 15-13, had a 5-point lead, so 3-point straight run for the Cardinals. Short serve, Ivy White's right there to dig, set her dump that time.
Great.
It's going to be effective, and when I say dump, all the way to the corner, Johnson went to score.
That's right, just on the second hit. So she didn't even set the ball up for a hitter, she just turned and put it in the corner. Clearly something that we've identified on film as a weakness area for the Cardinals.
Recker checks in, Blaha checks out. Saints leading by 3. Recker at the service line. Her serve is passed. It's going to be a back row set by Mantell. Pushes it deep. Recker digs it. Johnson's going to set outside to Petrie.
Nice.
She goes down the line and scores.
Beautiful. She went over the block on that one.
And there was a touch. And then the ball was in. About 3 different ways. That was the 8th kill of the night for Petrie.
And that was a beautiful set, by the way, by Alicia Johnson. It was a high ball on the net that was not spinning in the least.
Recker at the service line. Saints leading by 4. Nice pass by the Cardinals this time. Going to be a right side attack. Johnson digs it. Recker's going to have to bump set from the 30-foot line.
Nice.
Petrie swings. The ball goes back over. Push back down. Oh, Saints try to push it back over. Bailey White can't quite clear the net. Point Cardinals.
The ball pulled her off just a little bit. It's one of those balls you have to decide, are you going to take a step back and swing? And she had no one up in her face. There was no block on that. They were just getting ready to dig a ball.
The directed block wasn't quite successful. Serving for the Cardinals is Mia Shipley. Wettengale trouble with it. She gets it up. Recker sends it over deep. Free. Set by Mantell. Roll shot Cardinals. Huseman. Wettengale. No, White gets it. Ball's pushed deep. Was going out. Cardinals played it. Huseman with the attack. Johnson digs. Wettengale has to come to the front row to set. And roll shots deep that time by Barnes. Cardinals within 2.
One of the things we haven't talked about, Matt, that I wanted to share with you is that when the libero comes in front of the 10-foot line, we call it finger touch. If they set the ball, no one on the team can jump and hit the ball above the net. So that's why it's important for her to pass underhand.
There's an attack by White off the top of the block.
There's
and point
touch.
Saints.
The ball landed a few inches out of bounds, but was touched by a Cardinal on the way there.
White's attack off the block makes the Saints still leading by 3, 18-15. White at the service line. Pass is a little tight to the net. Be a free ball pushed over by the Cardinals. White passes. Johnson sets outside to Petrie. Her roll shot finds the floor.
That's exactly it. She can keep them off balance all night long if she mixes it up like that. She just has to do a good job at discerning when to do what.
9 kills on the night for Petrie. White at the service line. Saints leading 19-15. A couple years before the U.S. got in World War I, I think. Middle attack, a push that time, and finding a hole and scoring is Sienna Chauncey, her 3rd kill of the match.
And, you know, honestly, we took a play off there. We took a play off. You can't take plays off. If you're not blocking, you have to be covering.
Serving is Chapman. Petrie gets it up. There's an attack by Petrie. Cardinals dig it. Outside attack by Huseman. Record digs. Johnson keeps it alive. Barnes is blocked. Point to the Cardinals. That was Chauncey, who just had a kill. Now comes right back with a block to make it a 2-point lead for the Saints.
A little bit sloppy, but the ball's kind of jungle ball. We need to get a little bit back more in system.
Wettengale passes. Johnson has a nice pass to work with this time. Middle attack by Petrie. Out. No touch. No touch detected. Point Cardinals on the attack area.
That was a well-designed play. I don't think they had a big block up. We just have to execute.
Petrie with the pass. Johnson bump set. This is going to be a Barnes roll shot. Cardinals dig it. Roll shot the other way. Barnes digs that. Johnson's going to set middle to Svagel. Cardinals keep it alive. Huseman with a free ball over. Recker passes. Johnson sets. Right side attack by Barnes. Her tip is kept alive. Cardinals roll it over again. Mantell dug by Recker. Setter dump. Cardinals are ready for it. Mantell sets again. Huseman's dug by Wettengale. Outside to Petrie.
Nice.
Her roll shot scores again. First player in double-digit kills with 10.
That's right. That was, again, a good shot selection. That was good persistence on the part of the Saints. They never let the play stop. They kept playing the ball. I like the setter dump attempt. It was a good idea, even though it was dug. It kept him off balance.
Only a free ball back over. They didn't transition for a big attack.
The last several times that Quinn Mantell has set a 9, which is a back set, it was off the net about the 10-foot line, and their hitter had to do a down ball, and that makes a huge difference when you have to do a down ball versus a jumping attack. In terms of playing that ball defensively, it's a much easier ball to play. So they're a little bit out of system. I think it's shown, and isn't that Kim's second time out?
It is second time out of this set. So, and of the match, that still is in play. 2018, Saints lead by a couple. They had a 5-point lead a while ago. 2015, it got a little closer, but 1914, the Saints had that gap closed. Saints still have 2 timeouts to use. Here the rest of this set if they need.
Hopefully we won't need to use them because they're going to accelerate right here
All
and
right.
get some points.
Terry says put your foot on the gas. Barnes at the service line in the match with Recker, Johnson, Wettengale, Svagel, and Petrie. Barnes' serve is passed. It's a nice pass. Mantell sets. There's going to be a tip shot over. Petrie digs it. Barnes is going to set outside to Petrie. Her roll shot is dug this time. Cardinals ready for that. Attack by the Cardinals is down the line and scoring is Huseman, her 2nd kill of the night.
And I think she was a little bit limited in what she could do with that ball. The set was not very high. She didn't have a lot of time to get there and to jump, and so she went with what was safe.
At the service line now, that is Huseman. Cardinals trail by 1. Her service passed by Petrie. Barnes is going to set it back to Petrie on the right side.
Nice.
Her kills goes up into the ceiling and down for a point.
And that was perfect time to hammer away. She only had 1 blocker. She was off the net just a little bit, but again, with as high as she gets.
Yeah, used her vision, unloaded on that. Saints ahead by a couple. Serving now is Petrie. Still an option offensively in the back row, as we know. Ball's going to be set by Huseman. Roll shot by Sudman. Saints dig it. Back row to Petrie. She can't take much of an approach. Cardinals have a little trouble with it. They're going to free ball it over. Blaha passes. Barnes sets. Johnson goes down the line. She's dug. Outside attack. Shipley is dug by the Blaha. Barnes keeps it alive. Johnson's going to roll shot again. Cardinals keep that one alive. Another free ball over. Wettengale to Barnes, middle attack.
Nice.
Dug by
Great
the Cardinals.
swing.
Cardinals push it over. Saints dig it. Outside attack this time by Blaha, but she is blocked that time by Chauncey, her second block of the night. And it's a 1-point match.
And that was a push. She pushed it. Unfortunately, she pushed it right into the blocker's hands and kind of trapped the ball into the center.
Chauncey at the service line for the Cardinals. They trail by 1, 21-20. Late stage of the second set. Cardinals took the first. Saints are going to have to roll shot it over by Petrie. Cardinals keep it alive. Outside attack. Cardinals, Saints dig. Wettengale back set. Push by Blaha into the rafters. The play's still alive. Cardinals can do something with this. It's a free ball over. Wettengale sets to, and Slagel's attack is out of bounds. And we are tied at 21.
Those are the kind of points that you want to be smart and just make sure.
Cardinals did, they did a nice job chasing the ball through the rafters, off the backboard, keeping it alive. And consequently, we are tied. First time in a while in this set. There's a free ball, overpass, put back down for a kill by Mia Shipley, her seventh. And Coach Lance calls her timeout, trailing 21-22.
Connor Seidman from Treynor looking up at the official right at the end of that play, hoping that she wasn't going to call over the net interference. But she did not. So the ball was over.
Oh, absolutely. Not an issue.
So St. Albert desperately needs to get the ball and take control. We need to be smart and squash the momentum because clearly the momentum has changed. You can feel it.
Right.
I can feel it.
We have, I'm not sure who our reporter is for the paper tonight. He's not sitting up here with us, but the photographer is here. Good to see. His name went right out of my head. Joe Shearer. I like to drop people's names, Terry. It's good to know.
Sure, they appreciate it.
Saints on the offense now. It's going to be outside attack by Blaha. She goes down the line, blasts it.
Great
for a kill.
swing by Jordan Blaha. Critical point right there. Jordan came through for the Saints.
We are tied at 22. I know you can read that, but it's just it's too exciting not to say. Serving is Wettengale. It's going to be set by Huseman. A middle attack by the Cardinals. Petrie keeps it alive. A dump by Johnson. This time the Cardinals are waiting deep in the corner. Free ball over.
Free ball, so we need to use
Petrie sets, just past to Blaha. There's an attack, and the Cardinals in the net.
Nice.
Point Saints.
We'll take it.
That was Chauncey in the net that time. We are now have a Saints lead, 23-22. Wettengale continues to serve. Libero wearing that alternating green color jersey. The rest of the Saints in white. Cardinals red top, black shorts. Saints just do keep it alive, fortunately. There's a free ball over. Wettengale's going to pass it to Barnes. She's going to go to White in the middle. A little bit of miscommunication. Cardinals keep it alive. There's a push shot, probably a lift. Saints push it over. Cardinals now running some offense. And a block is errant off of Blaha out of bounds and give the kill that time to Sudman, her fifth of the match. We're tied at 23. Back and forth we go.
Both sides, girls are encouraging each other, talking it up.
Sudman serves. It's deep, but Petrie plays it. There's going to be attack by Johnson on the right side. Her roll shot is dug deep and miscommunication.
And there's an example of
Point Saints.
Yes, correct. Point Saints.
Set point.
And that was a big point right there. That ball was a sky ball. Somebody had like 4 seconds to get underneath it.
No one could decide who exactly was going to play that. Johnson serves. Huseman's going to set outside. The Chapman, and she goes off the block for the kill to retie the match at 24. And that is Chapman's seventh kill of the night.
Chapman is not new to pressure situations. She's been in the state basketball championship. She's been on this road before, and she's your go-to for
Mantell serves. Johnson with a push shot again to the opposite corner. Cardinals can't keep it alive.
Again, a great target to the corner, knowing that middle back player goes deep. Saints need to jump on this right now.
Johnson's third kill, all on setter dumps, and she also did take some attacks, but those have been jugged so far. Set point Saints. Serving is Recker. She rotated in for Blaha. You have free ball over from the Cardinals. Wettengale's going to pass to Johnson. Going to be outside attack by Petrie. She's blocked. Wettengale digs it. Johnson set her dump again. This time Doug in the donut. Middle attack by the Cardinals. Over and scoring is Chapman. Her 8th kill. Tied again at 25.
I would probably refrain from doing the setter dumps at this moment, only because they've dug the last 4 or 5 that we've done.
Terry says no more setter dumps.
I would, you know what? Allie got you here in a large part. I would get the ball to her.
We're tied at 25. Saints running some offense now. There's a right side attack by White is Doug. Attack by Chapman around the outside and down. Her 8th kill. And now it is set point Cardinals 26-25, and Coach Lance calls her second timeout of the second set.
And unfortunately, the Cardinals are doing what I suggested. They're getting the ball to Kayla Chapman. They're going to ride her, and as far as she'll take them. And we need to kind of take a play out of that playbook.
Saints had some leads here in this set, 15-10, 19-14. We ended up being tied a couple times. Saints had a couple set points, and now the first set point of this second set is for the Cardinals. And when they come back, they will try to serve to take a 2-0 lead here in the regional final. At the service line for the Cardinals is Sienna Chaucy. Has 3 kills and a block on the night. Saints in a 3-person serving reception. Recker passes. Johnson has to track it down, sets outside to Petrie. She's dug. Set outside to Chapman off the block. Petrie digs. Johnson's going to push it again to the corner and scores it.
That's a much more effective place to put that ball, that deep corner. We've been able to gain points from doing that. Probably 4 points now from doing that. So that's been very effective.
The setter pushes, we'll call those, all the way to the corner. Effective. The dumps to the donut, not so much. 26 apiece. White at the service line for your Saints. Mantell sets. Roll shot by Chapman. Recker digs. Johnson sets for the Saints. Petrie goes down the line and scores. Terry was excited about that.
I was excited because I was watching the reaction of a player, and
you don't have to tell us why.
Her reaction was good.
You need no explanation for being excited, Terry. Set point for the Saints. White serves. Be a bump set outside to Huseman. Her roll shot is dug by White. Johnson's going to set outside to Petrie. Her roll shot is down for a score. We're tied at 1 set apiece.
And that was a great utilization on the outside. I don't know if Coach Lance said that in the huddle, but if she did, they executed. I know that Allie got the last 2 sets, but they were points. And it was a great set to watch. Going to have a little break here. I'm sure the coaches are going to go over.
Sure. And that gives us a chance to talk about one of our great sponsors, and that is the Glass Doctor. Glass Doctor of Council Bluffs serves businesses, homes, and auto owners, in the Council Bluffs, Carter Lake, Neola, and surrounding areas. This locally owned business offers quick and affordable glass service. Let their trusted glass professionals install, repair, replace, and renovate your glass products. The Glass Doctor team is dedicated to helping you achieve your desires. Whether you want to customize your home glass decor, install reflective glass at your office, or repair the glass in your windshield, the professionals at the Glass Doctor will not disappoint you. Call them today or tomorrow. They're probably closed now. Call them tomorrow when you're watching this on the archive. The Glass Doctor, 712-323-3112. Let me say that number again, 712-323-3112. Terry waving to her dad down there.
You know what? That's not my dad, but that is one of my very, very he's like a godparent.
I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, that was not your dad.
No, he's about 6 inches taller than my dad.
All right. Yeah, that's right. All right.
No, actually, do you want to know the real truth? He's the official's parent.
All right.
So I've lived my whole life here, and it's hard not to know quite a few people. I'm quite an introvert, but I've managed to know
somehow.
a few.
Somehow it's hard to believe, so I don't believe what that is. So we're tied at 1 set apiece. The Saints dropped the first one, 25-23. It went regulation. The second set, the Saints won 28-26, one little extra. So both teams have caught a breath. What are coaches saying to them?
Well, You know, if you're Treynor, you kind of have a little creeping feeling of we don't have an answer for Allie Petrie. How do we stop Allie Petrie? There really is no answer for that. We have done a decent job on defensively of digging or stopping, if you want to say. Every single hitter that I've seen hit for Treynor, we can dig them. They cannot dig Allie Petrie if she gets a full swing. And so, or if she rolls the shot, I mean, you're just frozen because the ball's either going to come in your face 100 miles an hour or you got to get a jump on a ball that's going to be a roll. So it's incredibly difficult, but we have a great support system in that we can mix it around. We've got Bailey in the middle. We've got Olivia on the backside. We've got players that can play any position on this floor and will. And so if they can kind of gel and just intuitively know where the ball's going, what their job is, we're going to be just fine.
You heard Terry enumerate the reasons why the Saints are going to get this, so I'm not a doubter. I'm a believer. It's like the monkeys sang. So Saints, we're underway here already. Wettengale serving. Saints playing a little defense now. There's an attack off the block. Wettengale digs it. Barnes is going to set outside to Blaha. She tips, is blocked.
Oh.
Cardinals struggle with the shot snuck away from Mia Shipley. She couldn't keep it alive. Point Saints.
Stroke of luck. Jordan just kind of tipped the ball off the block, and it traveled down the net, down in the other corner, opposite corner where the play was going on. And
Blaha's seventh kill of the night. Huseman sets the attack by Chapman into the net. Saints up 2-0 here early.
And then, again, they're going to look for her. They're going to look for Kayla Chapman, especially when they're not getting kills from others, you know, in the front. They're going to look for her.
We want to thank our support system here tonight. Sawyer Sheffield running the scoreboard, and our owner, Spencer Sanchez, running the camera. And there's a kill out of the middle for the Cardinals. Give that one to Maddie Shipley, her third of the night, one in each set so far.
And again, a perfect pass led to that perfect setup.
Serving for the Cardinals is Sudman, has 5 kills in the match so far. Blaha's serve pass a little errant. She pushes it deep though, coming the other way. Attack out of the middle on a slide step. Saints do keep it alive. Shots pushed deep, that was going out of bounds. Cardinals keep it alive, but then get a kill on the backside.
Good reflex action by Barnes just to get that ball up in the air somewhere. And yeah, I think you're right. The ball was going out of bounds. So
Shipley on the kill. The Cardinals do get that point, 2 apiece. Blaha passes an overpass and pushed down into a spot that time by Chapman.
Again, that sweet spot over on the from a middle. It's in the left front position.
Chapman's 10th kill, 3-2 Cardinals here in set number 3. Sudman serves, Blaha passes, set middle or outside, to Johnson. She's blocked back down, and Chapman's having herself a great start to the third set here.
Again, we have to anticipate better. You could see that she was going to have to tip it into the block, and we just have to crash the net and try to help to get the ball up.
Saints do need to support their hitters, as Terry mentioned. Barnes is going to set outside to Blaha. She unloads down the line and out of bounds. Point Cardinals.
Good idea, but our execution just not quite where it needs to be right now.
Turned her shoulders a little bit too soon.
Coach Lance kind of telling everybody, hey, just relax.
Terry's mentioned how calm Coach Lance is with the players. Barnes is going to bump set back row to Johnson. Her roll shot is dug by the Cardinals. Set outside and attack and block. Cardinals keep it alive though. Johnson over there on the block with White.
And Connor Sudman doing a really good job. She's senior, 5'8". She's doing a really good job of digging balls tonight. She's all over the place.
Saints serve. That is Johnson just was in on that block. They trail by a couple here. 3-5 here in the set. Third set, and there's a kill out of the middle that time. Swinging across her body and scoring is Mia Shipley, her 8th kill of the night.
And again, she's a back row setter. I think that we probably weren't thinking about that at the time. We don't have to go with her. She's back row. She can't take it over if she's over the net, so we go with the blocker. We go with the hitter.
Rentel serves. Saints have to push a free ball over, and it scores.
St. Albert doing a good job of really effectively picking out those deep corner spots, making the libero Jessica Voss really work hard.
Saints trail by a couple, have Recker at the service line. She came in when Blaha checked out, as is the season-long pattern for the Saints. Mantell sets middle this time. Attack and a kill along the line for the Cardinals.
I feel like they're getting a single block. Whenever they get a single block up there, they're probably going to have a pretty good chance of getting a kill. At this level, you really have to have it. You have to have a double block.
Shipley at the service line. Mia Shipley, that is, number 11. Her serve's going to be long. Point Saints have back to within 2. Bailey White goes to the service line. Svagel checks in, and Wettengale checks out.
Collectively, I think you'll notice both teams not missing very many serves.
No. Now that you say that, White serves, and she serves in, so there is no such thing as a jinx. There's a set to the outside. Saints keep it alive, but into the net was Barnes that time. Point Cardinals. White checks out after serving. Wettengale comes in. She's in with Recker, Petrie, Barnes, Svagel, and Johnson. Serving for the Cardinals is Chapman. Treynor leads by 3. Set on the out of the middle of Petrie. Her shot is deep. Point Cardinals.
That just a miss hit. Came off her hand. Funky. She knew it right away.
Serving for the Cardinals is Chapman. Cardinals lead 9-5. Recker passes.
Great pass.
To Johnson, a back set. Pushed down the line by Barnes. Cardinals dig it. Mantell sets it outside to Huseman. Johnson off the block. It's going to be a back set to Petrie. She winds up. Cardinals keep it alive. Roll shot by the Cardinals. Petrie digs. Johnson sets it straight up. Barnes goes and gets it. Cardinals dig that shot, though. Roll shot. Saints dig it. They were prepared. Petrie's going to take a shot from over her shoulder. Tools it off the blocker. Sudman. Point Saints.
You know, and as this match continues, this may very well end in a conditioning drill to see
right.
who is in the best condition this evening, who can run and jump and dig the longest.
Barnes serves. Saints trail by 3, 9-6. Need a tight pass. Mantell's shot is dug, and there's a Saints were called for being in the net that time. I was watching the lift, but that's my opinion. I just interjected there.
Veronica's face gave herself away.
Yeah, Saints were in the net, and there was a lift, but point Cardinals. Ball stuck too long on the hand of the attacker. Cardinals lead 10-6. Going to be a back row roll shot by Wettengale, and that's going to be long. Saints dig a hole here, trailing 11-6. Coach Lance is going to use her first timeout.
And if you'll notice, she's put her hair back.
What does that mean, Terry?
That means things are getting more serious.
Okay. Stuff's getting real?
Or it's getting hot in here.
Oh, okay. You know, actually feels kind of good in here.
That's funny, Matt, because I think it feels hot in here.
I run warm because I'm just in a shirt sleeve. But, you know, I complied with the whiteout tonight. I don't want to call you out or anything like that.
You know what? This
you
was
probably
the
came from work.
shirt that I wore.
Good luck shirt.
The Kemper.
The good luck shirt. Excellent.
I felt like I should wear it again.
We'll
find out.
We'll find out. I found my one clean shirt, so I wore it.
I actually think my kids have taken my Live Like Jill shirt.
Yeah.
And so
that's.
It's somewhere in my house. I just don't know whose drawer it's in.
I wear my Live Like Jill hat pretty religiously these days. I try to go get out for a walk at lunchtime at work, and I like to be incognito, put on sunglasses, the hat, kind of skulk away. It is a great hat.
Yeah.
It's got a good fit and feel to it.
Perfect.
It is a nice look. I like the color scheme. But, hey, we need the Saints to get rolling here. Huseman serves, and it's a free ball. So Saints have to keep it alive. Huseman sets this time. Middle shot is dug. Barnes going to set outside to Petrie. See if the Saints can get this going. Petrie gets the kill.
Great pursuit by Jessica Voss of Cardinals, but she just couldn't run it down.
15
great
kills.
swing.
Yeah, pardon me. 15 kills now for Petrie. She far and away leads the mass. Chapman has 11 for the Cardinals, and Petrie back at the service line. In with Wettengale, Barnes, Johnson, Svagel, and Blaha. Set, but it's a double contact called on the Huseman set.
I could see that. I don't know if anybody else could, but I could see it.
Easy call, nicely made by our up official. Petrie still at the service line. Saints have inched back to within 3 points. Little jump serve. Huseman's going to set back, and the push shot by Huseman. Chowsey is dug. Saints push it over. It'll be a middle attack by Tchowsey this time, and she goes cross court and scores from a roll shot to an attack. Cardinals back ahead by 4.
80% of the time when they get a perfect pass, that ball's going to the middle, and it's going to go on a quick set of some kind, either a 1, which is a right above the setter, or a 3, which is more of a shoot set, just about 5 feet out.
Cardinals with a tough serve. Saints with a decent pass. Saints are trapped. There's a set in the middle to Svagel, but she was trapped by the block, a little tight, couldn't get it off. Cardinals with a big lead now.
Veronica needs to get there sooner. She was just late. She was late to the ball, and she just needs to get there sooner.
Petrie passes. Barnes is going to set outside to Johnson. Cardinals keep it alive off the block. Attack by Sudman, it's a roll shot. Petrie steps in to set, and that's a roll shot deep by the Saints. 14-8. Cardinals lead here.
Coach Lance saying, hey, you guys, don't beat yourself. Let's go.
At the service line still is Sienna Chauncey, 4 kills, couple of blocks. Cardinals ahead by half a dozen. Biggest lead of the match for either team. There's a set outside to Blaha. She goes off the block. Cardinals dig it though. Attack outside by the Cardinals and down. Give that kill to Mia Shipley, her 9th of the match.
And Shipley just overpowered our blockers that time. The ball kind of hung there up there in the hands, but the ball was coming harder than they could stop it.
Saints with a big hole here, trailing 15-8. Chauncey serves. Petrie passes. A bump set to the back row to Petrie. Setter dump by the Cardinals works that time.
So the Saints need, obviously they need to anticipate better. They need to watch. They need to react. That ball was either blockable or diggable, but we're just reacting. We're reacting slowly.
16-8. Cardinals have the Saints doubled up here in set number 3. He's tied at 1 set apiece is the match. There's ball is kept alive by the Saints, but barely off the light fixture. And Barnes can't keep it alive. Big hole now for the Saints, 17-8.
Lesson learned on that. When the ball shoots off the ceiling, rocketing off the ceiling, you want to use your hand. You want to use your forearm, not your hands for that ball.
Saints looking to run some offense here. Middle, right side attack by Johnson. She pushes it to the corner
Great
and
spot,
scores.
and that has been effective all night long. When they just settle down, think about what works, and then try to utilize those.
Johnson's
shots.
5th kill. Saints back at the service line. That is Wettengale serving. They trail 17-9. Big hole here in the 3rd set. There's a serve that's going to be deep. Cardinals once again double up the Saints, 18-9. Got a new fellow running the scoreboards, doing a heck of a job there. I don't know the young man's name, but he looks very studious. The Saints call their 2nd timeout here of the set, Terry.
Yeah, the Saints are just making errors. You know, I mean, there's no other way to sugarcoat it. We're just not executing, and we're giving them free points. So right now the Cardinals are just gaining a little confidence because we're just not making them execute. So we can get back on track. We just need to take a breath and think about what we need to do in order to make them.
Yeah, it's this set now. We've talked about before when you're trailing pretty substantially here in the set. Looks probably, if you were to put a percentage on this, 1.5% chance the Saints are going to win this set. I mean, this would be realistic. So, but you can build for the next set, right?
Yeah, and it's hard as a player because that's a lot of energy you have to exert to make this comeback, and then it could just all be for naught. But as a competitor, you just can't not compete, and so you dug this hole, so now you got to get out of it.
Make some momentum for the next set. So now I know the name of our man. Maybe you heard me talking to Cohen Hamilton.
Okay.
Cohen is the substitute. Sawyer Sheffield apparently on a self-imposed hiatus, keeping the score here, but Cohen's doing a great job. We're thankful for him. Bailey White with a tip. Cardinals keep it alive as we're back underway. Outside attack by Shipley. Off the digger and down. So Maddie Shipley with her 5th kill, and the onslaught continues for the Cardinals, leading 19-9 here in set number 3. Serving for the Cardinals is Sudman. Saints set it up in the middle to Bailey White. Cardinals are on that attack with the dig. There's a shot. It's tight. Teams exchange pushes over the net. Bump set Wettengale outside to Blaha. She tips. Cardinals keep it live. White with an attack. Cardinals dig again. Nice dig by Sudman. Outside attack. Saints dig that. White with attack off the block, and this time it's going to be kept alive. Nearly down. Cardinals rally. White with a kill this time. Bailey White goes through the blockers and off them and down.
Cardinals are trying to fight for a touch, no touch, that the ball just hit the net and went out of bounds.
Amazing, because I saw about 4 hands touch
right,
that, and it's spinning like crazy.
So the R1 made the call, and then she was looking around.
It was, inches in front of her.
The call's going to stand.
Oh, yeah.
Saints point.
No question. And this is served out of bounds by the Saints that time. 20-10.
I'm going to guess we've missed 6 serves this set.
That's something I don't keep track of. I'm glad I don't know the answer.
And it's 20-10, which would make it a 4-point set instead of a 10-point set right now.
Johnson's going to set, goes middle to Blaha. She attacks out of the middle. Again, a new wrinkle tonight. Jordan Blaha attacking out of the middle has 9 kills here in the match.
And I think that's been working pretty well.
Blaha rotates out. Recker checks in for her. She'll play across the back row and currently serves. Saints in a 9-point deficit. It's an attack on the right side, tipped by the Cardinals. Barnes keeps it alive. Saints keep it alive. And there's an attack and a kill that time by Chapman, her 12th kill of the match.
I'm not really sure why we put that ball back up there 20 feet in the air on the net on our first contact. Those are the kind of things that we're going to have to get under control and make sure we control the ball and we're thoughtful about and we're purposeful with every contact.
Cardinals serve. Saints set it up. It's an outside attack by Petrie, but she is blocked that time. Sienna Chauncey with the block on the Petrie attack, her 3rd block of the night. And it's a 22-11. The score keeps doubling. It's not good.
Blockers had a lot of time to get out on that high outside ball.
Short serve this time. Saints do keep it alive. Bailey White is blocked. And once again, Chauncey with back-to-back blocks. And this set is pretty much completely out of hand now. 23-11. The Saints lead this. I see how maybe they dropped the set 21-6 to the Cardinals at the TJ tournament. But Saints, the thing is, they could turn this around in about 2 more minutes after this set ends, if it does end. Barnes is blocked as well. Saints do keep it alive, and there's a lift called on Bailey White. Good call. Now it's set point. Cardinals lead 24-11. And the big guy with the booming voice at the PA thinks he needs to tell everybody it's set point, because I think nobody in the gym knew that. Wettengale passes it. Set outside to Petrie. Didn't get much of an approach. Her roll shot is kept alive, but then scores. So Petrie with her 16th kill, but the Saints trail again, 24-12, down by double. At the service line is White. On the floor with Johnson, Recker, Svagel, Barnes, and Petrie. White serve is deep in the corner for an ace.
That was a beautiful serve. And that's what we're going to have to do a lot more of going forward in the next several sets if we're going to come out on top.
Unsurprisingly, playing the same way to the very end, regardless of situation. There's another serve by White that's going to result in an ace.
Again, moving that ball around. It was in the back corner the time before. This time it was short middle. Keeps them guessing.
And Cardinals call a timeout. 24-14. You don't often see a team led by 10. 24-14, but I think what Coach Barron's, I'll take an analyst for a second if you don't mind. I truly believe you can build momentum for the next set. And Coach Barron's for Treynor doesn't want that to happen.
Yeah,
she wants this to end before the Saints think they can get back in this match.
Knowing Kim and having watched her over the years, she absolutely does not want this to go anywhere. So she wants to squash it right now to get a side out and finish this set and go in with the same amount of momentum to the fourth.
Serving will be White still for the Saints when we get back underway. Both teams use about half the time allotted to them for the timeout. And since they're back on the court, they just blow the buzzer and say, let's play some volleyball. Once again, I want to thank LC for letting us set up here. Mike Hale, the AD, very accommodating. Outside attack. It's by Huseman. Saints barely keep it alive. Free ball over from Recker. The barrel passes. Setter jump that time by the Cardinals. Saints keep it alive. Roll shot by Barnes goes to her spot. Cardinals do dig it. Attack by Chapman into the net. Point Saints.
I feel like this is like, again, this is like a symphony, you know. I mean, the momentum, it goes back and forth and back and forth, and we'll see how high it's going to crescendo here.
Let's hope it's not an unfinished symphony. Saints trail by 9 now. Roll shot over by Chauncey, dug by the Saints. Johnson sets right side to Barnes. She goes line. Cardinals just do keep it alive. And that attack is dug by White in the back row. White staying into place in back row. Petrie with a near kill. Cardinals keep it alive. Playing really good defense. Recker's dig is kept alive by the Saints. Free ball. Cardinals roll it over. White digs. Johnson sets Petrie. Her roll shot looked like a lift to me.
Good hustle by Bailey White.
Outside attack by Petrie. And she's blocked, and the Cardinals win the set on Sienna Chauncey's. I have it that her 5th block of the night.
I'm not so sure that wasn't 4 hits, but that's fine. If you want to give her a block, but
yeah, the set was out of hand. I couldn't, I saw either 4 hits or definitely a bit of a lift, but
they didn't call it 4
as
hits.
we go.
They called it a side out point, but
so the 3rd set goes to the Cardinals, putting them up 2-1.
And so this is not something, the set's over. So now we move on, right? We're going to start 0-0. The Saints need to get off their heels. And that last little series of points might have been a good thing for them, actually, because they were engaged, they were playing balls up. But there was a sequence of time in that 3rd set that they were on their heels. We were watching. We weren't effectively serving at the other team. We missed a lot of serves that set. And so when you look at the actual numbers, points that we spotted them quite a few points. And so if we can avoid doing that and make them earn their points, I think we're right back in this match.
We want to thank once again all our great sponsors. We have a couple who really made this possible tonight. The Glass Doctor and Southwest Ortho. We'll get some winter season sponsors here pretty soon. By look at the schedule, the basketball schedule's out. Won't be too long before there'll be basketball games going. I laid it against my schedule and started to see conflicts already. So I pointed our man Matt Wilbur. I introduced him to Spencer so we can start talking about that. Hey, want to congratulate the cross country team. Finished 9th in the state this year, and as a team.
That's awesome.
Individually, Bennett Heisterkamp finished 24th. He said his goal next year is to get up on the porch. And if you've been to the cross country meet in Lakeside Golf Course in Fort Dodge, there's a deck on the upper floor of the golf course of the clubhouse, and the people who finished, I think it's the top 10, get to watch out there. Maybe the top 15 get to walk out and wave. So Bennett wants to get to that level next year. So good group coming back.
I still think we have the best training hill in the state of Iowa.
Yeah.
Our runners, whether it's cross country or track, have the best training hill ever. So.
Yes, good for the aerobics after the run uphill. It's kind of like training at altitude. Not that the air is thinner, but it just disappears as you start to run uphill. Not that I've done it any time recently. I've ridden my bike up there, but that's also been a while.
Walking up that hill is about enough for me.
So 4th set about to go. Saints really had to hand it to them after 2 close sets. What's coach tell them to make them forget it?
Turn the page.
Yeah.
Turn the page. Short memory. Here's what we need to do. Here's what we didn't do well, and now we have to turn that around. And this is what we need to do in order to be successful in this 4th set. And I'm sure she talked about the amount of times we've gotten points off the corner shots. That the sweet spot tip is not working, so I would not do that anymore. I would tell my middles, if you're going to tip, if you have to tip right behind the block. Do not tip to the side. They're camped out on the side. They've watched us, scouted us. They know that that's where we like to put the ball. We're going to put it behind the block if we have to do that.
Set 4 underway. Serving for the Cardinals is Sudman. It's a set middle. It's time to Bailey White, and this double contact called on the first set of set number 4.
It probably was, but it was close.
Sudman continues to serve. Early lead here. for the Cardinals. Petrie's pass a little bit errant. Barnes pushes it all the way across court. Johnson's going to push it over, and that's a double contact, which can occur on the third contact, just not the first. We lost a few lights here. I think somebody leaned against the switch. Was that you, Sawyer? Did you turn out that light? Is that you? Did you turn out the light? Yeah, okay. Sawyer's going to fix that for us. As we say that, there's an ace for the Cardinals. Good start.
And definitely a communication breakdown between the two passers there. So the Saints are definitely going to have to communicate, talk, be aggressive, take the ball, ask forgiveness later.
Sudman serves. This time, Blaha passes. Barnes is going to set right side to Johnson. Her shot's dug. Huseman with the set. And a kill that time by Chapman. Her 13th kill of the match. And Cardinals jump out early, 4-0, carrying over some third set momentum.
That's right. Probably a smart timeout on Kim's part, Cardinal coach.
Right. There's a near ace, but the Saints sent over a free ball right off the serve. An attack and the kill on the outside. Heating up is Mia Shipley. Her 10th kill of the match, and 5-0. Saints fall down here early.
And I would say that set was real close to a double hit. It was spinning around reasonably fast.
Tight overpass. Saints dig it off the block by the Cardinals. Blaha with the attack. Cardinals dig. Roll shot is a point that time by Sudman. Her 8th kill of the match, and it's a 6-0 start. And that's enough for Coach Lance.
That's right. Good timeout. No points on the board. Definitely need to get a timeout. But there's not a lot that she can say to them because honestly, they know how to play this game.
Right.
And this is really about them.
At this point, yeah, it's up to the players, what you're saying. Right.
She can give her rah-rah speech. There's two different speeches.
Okay.
You can do it or pull your head out. And so, I mean, she's got one of two choices. And it's not that they're trying, they just need to find it within themselves and find some energy and make something good happen on the court.
You can tell who needed the talk more than the other. For a 60-second timeout, Treynor was on the sideline for about 11 seconds. And actually the Saints were only on the sideline for about 30 seconds. But
and
trying to change momentum.
If you don't need any changes, you say, I really don't have nothing. I don't have anything to say. So get back out there and do what you're doing.
The service run that started the match continues. Started the set. The back row attack by Petrie. And the ball goes into the crowd. Dug nicely by the Cardinals. They stay with the play. Excites their fans. Bailey White with an attack and a kill, though. First of the set for the Saints.
And that could be a real fire starter for the Saints. That was a great swing by Bailey. Start things up for the Saints.
Saints at the service line now. That's Johnson. They trail 6-1. Set's a little tight, but a push. Blaha digs. Johnson pushes that corner again. Cardinals waiting. Two Cardinals waiting there that time. But then no one's there to take the second ball. So Johnson serves. She's on the floor with Petrie, Wettengale, Barnes, Blaha, and White.
And you can't blame that on the sophomore setter, Mantell. Huseman's out there, and that's her ball.
An errant ball that the Cardinals are going to keep alive. And goes off Barnes' arm. This time the Saints dig one out of the crowd. Free ball over from Petrie. Huseman's going to set, roll shot. That's a lift. Yeah, it was a lift. Not close. Ball goes over deep. Cardinals play a ball headed out of bounds, thankfully. There's an attack on the outside. It was missed that time by Mia Shipley.
And so the roller coaster starts.
Right.
You're down 0-6, just that fast. You're down 3. You can be back in this game.
And we make these calls, call them a lift. Now, it's not affecting the outcome of the match. Happens both ways. We just point out what we see. There's an attack on the outside and a kill. Chapman gets a tight set, tools it off a single blocker. And she has about 4 or 5 inches on that blocker.
Yeah, that's a real advantage when you can be up in the air that much more when you're swinging.
At the service line is setter Quinn Mantell. The ball is pushed deep by the Saints. They're going to have to free ball it over. Johnson pushes one. Cardinals set it to the outside and attack block that time. Cardinals dig it off the block. Attack by Chapman. Petrie digs. Set outside to Blaha. She goes off the block.
And they call
Point
it touch.
Saints. Yep.
Saints.
Blaha's 10th kill of the match. Saints crawled within 7-4. Recker in to serve. She's on the floor with Wettengale Johnson.
Before. She is half
her mom's way, yeah. Exactly. That's why I always get confused. Emily Recker serves. Mantell sets outside. A nice looking ball. Wettengale digs it. White pushes it over. Cardinals trying to set up their offense and attack.
Nice.
Saints block it. Mantell puts it up again. Recker passes to Johnson. Set right side to Barnes. She's dug. Setter dump. Petrie digs. Setter dump by the Saints. Cardinals there.
I would have set the ball outside on that one.
There's a ball that Johnson does keep alive. Petrie with this big swing. Cardinals dig it. Wettengale gets it to Barnes. White tips it over. Cardinals now on offense. A little bit of a tight set. Saints block it. Cardinals keep it alive. The point that won't end. The volley won't end. And then there's the score finally. Sydney Huseman pushes it off the Saints blockers right at the net. Lands about the 6-inch line. Point Cardinals. They're up 8-4.
And those are momentum points. Those are the ones you really want to win. Or else, if you don't win them, you really have a lot of encouragement both from your coach and players to one another, because those take a lot of energy.
Serving for the Cardinals is Huseman. There's an attack by White. She's blocked. Saints keep it alive off a great scramble. And Cardinals keep it alive themselves, and Cardinals under the net.
Kayla Chapman not happy about that. Coach telling Mia Shipley, just get off the floor, let's go, good job, move on, here we go.
White at the service line. Saints trail 8-5. Bailey sends it deep. Cardinals keep it alive. Be a ball bumped over by the libero. Set by Johnson. She goes to the outside to Petrie. Her tip is the point. 17 kills on the night for Allie Petrie, the 5'6" sophomore. Does a block and a couple aces.
Yep, that ball tight. She had a big block right up there in front of her, and everybody else was pulled pretty far back.
Saints trail by just 2 now after falling behind 6-0 to start the set. Roll shot. Blocked by the Saints. Waiting on that ball was Petrie. And Svagel was there with her.
Great block. Those are momentum changers right there. That gives a lot of energy to your team.
Chapman didn't send it high enough over the net. Saints capitalized. The trail by only 1 now. Set outside and attacked by Huseman. Nice dig by Recker. Takes it off her body. Mantell sets behind her on the right side. A tip shot. Recker digs it. Right side attack by the Saints. That's Barnes. Just wide. Just in, I say. Let me correct that. What did you think?
Well, they're calling it out. They're calling it Cardinal point.
Yeah, it was out.
I couldn't see it because I had heads right here in front of me, so I honestly couldn't.
I thought it was out, but then I saw the chair official correctly overruled the line judge on that. I had a good view. And there's a serve that is in. Ace serve by the Cardinals. Saints thinking it was going to skirt out of bounds. It did not. Give the ace to Kayla Chapman. She's filling out the stat sheet. 14 kills, a couple of blocks, and now an ace. 10-7 Cardinals lead and serve.
Anytime close games, balls are close, you take them.
There's a serve that's Recker passes. Johnson's going to bump set to Barnes. Her roll shot's dug. Setter dump. And there's a lift trying to push it back over on the Saints.
And honestly, I think defensively we would have had that ball, but again, it just takes communication. They've got to be yelling, I got it, so that the hitter doesn't reach back and take that ball.
Scoreboard's behind, should be 11-7. My man Sawyer's got it right. The Jim now has it correct. Mantell sets, the ball's pushed over by the Cardinals. Johnson's going to set for the Saints. Petrie's shot is dug. Outside attack by Huseman off a block. Saints keep it alive. Barnes attacks right side. Cardinals are there. Sudman's going to set, and then there's a kill by Huseman off the block of Barnes. Point Cardinals, 12-7 they lead.
Barnes has hit the same shot on that side a couple of times now, probably 3 or 4 times. I think if she drops it shorter, it'll land. But she's going right to Quinn Mantell, who's set up the right back area.
Chapman serves. Recker's going to pass it. Johnson sets outside to Petrie. She gets the kill. Allie Petrie, it's been a while since we called that out. Her second kill of the fourth set, Saints still trail by 4.
It's kind of interesting because what I would call the duel between Kayla Chapman and Allie Petrie, and I believe they're opposites. Allie in the front row right now.
There's an attack out of the middle. The Saints don't get up a block, and Sienna Chaussee, uncontested, puts it in the corner.
Kayla in the back row. When you turn in your lineups, you always kind of you try to pair them so it's against the person that you want them to be, but you can't see the other team's lineup before you turn yours in, so you're kind of rolling the dice.
Huseman serves for the Cardinals. They're up by a handful. Petrie goes off the block for another kill. That is Allie's 24th kill. 19th kill tonight. And I have Chapman with 14.
So Allie's winning the duel right now. In the kill department.
In the kill department.
Not on the scoreboard.
Petrie serves. Saints down by 4 here in the 4th set. Down 2 sets to 1. Roll shot over. That's going to be deep and out. Saints play it. The 2 players bump into each other. They don't communicate, and the ball is probably headed out. Tough point to lose.
It was really close. Honestly, if I were a defender in the back row, I would have taken the ball.
That's probably true. It's easy for us to see here.
But somebody just needs to take it and be confident and take it.
Sienna Chaussee serves. That one is out.
So maybe Saints. It would have been, because we always say when that happens after a play like that, the volleyball gods have spoken.
The ball doesn't lie. It prevaricates a little bit, doesn't lie. 14-10, Saints trail. Wettengale serves. Set out of the middle for the Cardinals.
Great
2
block.
Saints get there to block it. Cardinals dig it off the block, though. Roll shot. Saints dig the roll shot. Middle attack by Bailey White. Cardinals are in the net like crazy. The ball jumped. You see the net jump?
I did not.
From my side,
I was watching the ball. You were probably watching the net. I was watching over where the ball was.
I think there was a fish caught in the net, but regardless, Saints get the point. We give Bailey White the kill. Somebody was being a fisher of men, collecting people there. 3-point Saints deficit. Attack dug by the Saints. Roll shot by the setter. Nice job playing a little front row action there. There's an attack. Wettengale digs it. Blaha goes to push it over, and she double contacts it. 4-point advantage for the Cardinals.
It was a great dig. 2 contacts before that by Maggie Wettengale on the pass. Good pass, good up.
Maggie continues her fine work in her career. Blaha passes, bump set by Barnes, back to Blaha. Doesn't clear the net. Point to the Cardinals.
I'm going to guess Coach Lance is probably thinking about a timeout here. I think you're going to see her call one if they get one more point.
I would never second guess you. I'm sure you're.
Oh, people do it all the time, Matt. Come on.
You hang out with the wrong people. White with a tip, but the Cardinals are there to dig it. The attack by Chapman. Saints keep it alive. Nice up by Barnes. Back row attack by Petrie. Cardinals with a good dig. Outside attack, having to run in and push it across is Mia Shipley. Outside attack by Johnson. There's a lift off the dig that time.
It had to be something because it was ugly.
I think well, my assessment is the second lift was called, not the first, but eventually it was called.
And I think officials pseudo-reluctant to call that first contact a lift, even though they can. Just not a double contact, but they can call it a lift.
Saints still trail by 4. Johnson at the service line. Huseman's going to set outside to Chapman. Her roll shot dug by Blaha. Johnson's going to set it to White. Her middle attack. Saints dig it. White goes back up. And Cardinals keep it alive. Ball goes over. Saints dig. Cardinals keep it alive. Outside attack. Saints dig that, Wettengale back sets, goes to Barnes. She's dug. Outside attack by Mia Shipley, the double contact on the set. So point Saints, they trail by 3.
I don't know that the team, that the Cardinals totally agreed with that, but that's just the way it goes.
I just saw the call and went with it. Johnson serves, Saints still trail by those 3 points. There's a middle attack, blocked by Bailey White, but the Cardinals dig it off the block. Attack by Chapman. White gets a hand on it again. Cardinals do keep it alive. Free ball over. Petrie digs it. It's an attack by Barnes. She cuts
Nice.
across court to her favorite spot,
Yep.
Point Saints.
There you go. And just a couple feet makes a big difference. If she can get that roll and get it closer to the 11-foot line than out at the 14, she's got a kill.
Olivia Barnes with the kill. Saints get back to within 2 here. Johnson at the service line on the floor with Petrie, Wettengale, Blaha, White, and Barnes. There's an ace serve that time for the Saints.
Well, the
Johnson.
way they're jumping up and down, celebrating about that ace serve, I feel like they still have some jumps left.
Yes. Saints trailed this 6-0, now have edged back in. They trail only 16-15, forcing the Cardinals to call a timeout.
Well, this should be a perfect illustration of how volleyball is such a game of momentum. Down 0-6, then you're tied, then you're down 3, then you're up 1. I mean, now you're down 1, you're up 1, so anything is possible. Here's what I do know. These girls have worked so hard over the course of their careers, their high school careers, even younger than that. You know, you get certain groups that are really focused. They're more focused. And I would say that this group of seniors, anyway, they are so focused. And even as 8th grade girls, they wanted to do well. I mean, it wasn't the giddy, ha ha ha. They came to practice. They worked hard every single practice. And I know they do that at the high school level also. So whatever happens with this team, they have worked really hard and really contributed to the tradition at St. Albert volleyball. Johnson
back at the service line. Saints have pulled back within 1. And Johnson's going to get an ace serve off the pass receiver into the St. Albert crowd. We are tied at 16. Johnson's for second ace of the night. And a little run going right here in set number 4. This time it's a better pass for the Cardinals. Huseman's going to set outside to Chapman. She goes off the block. Saints keep it alive, and there's a lift call on the Saints. Probably a good call. Saints fall back down by 1 here.
That would have been one of those first contact, reluctant to call, kind of, you don't see it all the time, but got called this time.
Mantell, the server. White with a roll shot down the line. Cardinals do keep it alive. Mia Shipley's going to roll it over. Blaha digs. Johnson's going to set middle to Bailey White. She's blocked. Johnson digs it though. Petrie's going to set behind her to Barnes. Cardinals dig that. Huseman sets behind her to Chapman. Doesn't clear the net. They're tied again.
I do like the vibe, Matt. I like the feel. I feel okay with this.
Terry is approving of the current state of affairs in the match here. Always good. Recker at the service line. We are tied at 17 in set 4. Cardinals lead 2-1 in the match.
Somebody just got a gut shot on one of the Cardinal players.
Saints keep the ball alive. Petrie is going to
Nice.
attack. It's going to be
in.
Right in front of the line judge. No complaints.
And that ball was right. I mean, that could have gone either way. That's how close that ball was. And the Cardinal player didn't like it, but, you know.
Top spin kept it in. That's Petrie's 20th kill of the match. Saints now probably lead 18-17 after falling behind 6-0. And there's a serve that's out by Recker, and we are tied again at 18. When I say again, that's a really good thing for this set. I didn't think I'd be saying that.
Yeah, starting off down 0-6. It's not a good feeling.
Big crowd on hand. People having fun tonight. Glad you're with us live or archived on StAlbertSportsFan.com. Matt and Terry with you. I don't think we need to introduce ourselves tonight. Everybody knows who we are, right? Well, there's a block by the Saints.
Block.
White with a block. Teams up with a little bit of help from her friend Barnes there. Bailey with a big kill. Big block.
Big momentum points at the end of a match. Well, there's a lot on the line. Both teams should feel that way.
Saints lead 19-18, and Bailey White fresh off that big block at the service line. Her serve is passed. Mantell's going to set middle, push over, and it's going to lift. No, a Cardinals in the net, under the net.
I don't know where our block was there, but our block was nowhere to be found, and I was still trying to figure out what was going on, whether something happened that I couldn't see, but our point, thank you.
Yes, thanks, exactly. We were losing that point. No, we won. They were in that 2018. Saints do lead this now. There's a great dig by Recker. Went to the floor to get that. Petrie with the kill on the other end. Saints now ahead 21-18.
Things are going to rock and roll for the rest of this set, Matt. A little timeout. Tim says, I don't like it.
Petrie with her 21st kill. The Saints pull ahead 21-18. So they've outscored the Cardinals 21-12 since they fell into that 6-0 hole to start set number 4. And the Saints are making the statement that we want this to go to 5. I was the one who said it was going to 5. So
every time you've said it's going to 5, it goes to 5.
It does. It does. So regardless of the score, Saints lost a close first one, 23-25. Won a close the second set, 28-26. Really got drilled 25-15 in the third set. Wasn't that close. And this time the Saints fell behind 6-0. Now they're ahead 21-18, just like we expected, really.
The great part about that, there's no RPI. There's no how much did they lose by going to count against you. It's a win or it's a loss, and that's all it is. And it's over, and it's on to the next page. I do feel like the student section is going to get a little more engaged here. There's a lot of jumping up and down. You know, overall, though, I think the crowd has been on their seat for most of the night. You know
there's a lot of tension in the crowd on their seats. It is fun. Look left, look right. Full on both sides. Saints serve, white serves, middle attack by Shipley. Cardinals keep it alive, but the Saints were called for being in the net on the block. It would be point Cardinals, 21-19. Cardinals trail by a couple. Chapman back at the service line for the Cardinals. Has an ace tonight.
And it was a great block. It was hard for us to see because it was on the other side of the net.
Have you heard me? I've only questioned a couple doubles. The net calls I never really questioned except for the one that didn't get called that was missing. And just like that, Saints get a point because Chapman serves out of bounds. Maybe because I mentioned she had an ace. I don't know. 22-19 Saints lead and serve.
Olivia Barnes' visions of her AL match.
Yes,
at the end,
ended the game with the ace. She can't end it here, but she can end the set if not the match. There's a nice
block
by Svagel. Her mom gave her a standing O for that. Saints dig it. Recker gives it off the block. Barnes sets outside to Petrie.
Nice.
She goes off the block. Cardinals dig it. Mantell outside to Sudman. Dug by Petrie. Set back outside to Petrie. Her roll shot. Dug by Mantell. Sudman again with the attack. Recker digs it off a block. Here we go. Saints that way. Svagel pushes it to a spot. Cardinals are there. Set outside to Sudman. Her attack is long.
Out. Point Saints.
Saints now lead 23-19.
And that roll shot, Quinn Mantell set up right inside. She's now on that roll shot, but now they're leaving line open.
Barnes serves. Saints ahead 23-19. Her serves in the net. 23-20. Cardinals trail and serve. Back to the service line is setter, an all-around good player, Sydney Huseman. She has 6 kills and a block on the night. Wettengale passes it, and the ball follows harmlessly, if you're a Cardinal, to the floor because no one steps in to take the second ball.
So in that situation, Barnes has to be screaming her head off. If she's not going to go for that ball, she's got to be screaming her head off for help.
Server needs to be asking for help. Huseman serves for the Saints. Wettengale passes. This time Barnes is there. Outside attack by Petrie.
Nice.
She scores it off the block.
And she says, let's go!
Yeah. Saints now have set point, leading the set 24-21. At the service line is Petrie, who just picked up that kill. Petrie's jump float serve goes deep. Huseman's going to set. So Subin with the attack. Saints dig it. Right side attack by Johnson. She rolls to the spot and scores.
Line shot, great spot. Fourth set goes to the Saints, 25-21. We are on for fifth set magic one more time.
This set, this last set here, will decide the fifth and deciding set, which is, of course, the 15. Will decide who gets to play next Wednesday, either at 2 or 4 in the afternoon at the U.S. Cellular Center in Cedar Rapids.
And what a fun tournament. It's always fun to end your career there. You know, it's the dream of every player on a high school floor is to end up at state. Whatever sport you're in, whatever you're doing, even if you don't win it all, you still feel like you had a great run. It just is a great feeling. So crowd's really getting into
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I feel like the psyche, the Saints, they have smiles, they're talking, they're laughing. Treynor not so much right now. Anytime you're ahead and then you let them back in a little bit.
That was a set that on paper, if you jump ahead 6-0, you would believe that you were going to be taking home the victory. Not the case now.
I think you're going to see a really confident Saints team come out here fifth set. They know it's all or nothing right here. This is the only game that matters on the night.
It's all down to this, 15 points. Win by 2. And 15 is the minimum. So I don't know that I can say we'll end at 15. It might need to go a little higher. The second set, with a little extra, 28-26.
So Coach Lance, I'm just observing what's going on,
right.
And the girls, they're talking, they're all talking. Certain girls you can see them from the vantage point we are here, and individuals are talking. They're coaching one another, and she's purposefully standing back, not interceding, because she can see that they're on it. They already are saying a lot of the things that she would probably already say.
Wherever you are tonight, if you're listening, boy, you're missing out. This is the place to be. Glad you could join us, so at least through the YouTube channel on StAlbertSportsFan.com, the Freddie Falcon channel. I want to thank our owner, Spencer Sanchez, bringing the equipment, setting it up, and being the cameraman tonight. We have Spencer and Cohen running the scoreboard for you. John Miller gives us a thumbs up. He says we're going to do it. He says no doubt about it. No question. Is he one of the people that questions you? You said before
never.
The people. You said never. Because I wonder who that would be. Charlie has this saying. We broadcast the games together. He said, "Seldom right and often wrong," is what Charlie says about Charlie. I don't know.
That's a very wise man's response.
Yeah. Charlie knows. Kind of bummed. I think I forgot to bring my Live Like Jill hat, in the conference tournament hat, but I see Jeff Hubbard wearing his. Might be in the truck. And there's not enough time to run out and get it.
Just because you said that, I've got mine.
Got your band? Yeah.
I'm putting my band on.
All right. Good to know. We're mixing potions, cutting off chickens' feet, reciting incantations. Go do that voodoo that you do so well. Hey, we're underway. It might be a standing for the whole set. Attack by the Cardinals. Saints dig it on the tip. Barnes sets outside to Blaha. Her shot is dug. Cardinals have it on offense. Set outside to Shipley. Blocked over. Saints can't decide who's going to take it. A free ball. White rolls it to a spot. Cardinals dig that. Free ball roll shot. Barnes to Wettengale. Outside attack to Blaha. She's dug on a nice swing. Outside attack to Sudman. She's dug. Set outside. Tip this time. Blaha's dug. Sudman sets outside to Chapman off the net and down. That was Sudman on the attack.
Yes. It was
her first
number
kills.
5. She's going back to serve now. She had a good swing. And that was a very controlled play. Very controlled play. Fundamentally, everybody doing what they needed to do. 9th
kill of the night for Sudman. Pass by Blaha. Set back outside in the middle to White. She's dug. The right side attack by Johnson. It's just long. 2-0 Cardinals.
That was about a 6-inch ball. It was out, but not by much. And that's the place Alicia likes to go, is deep.
Back to the service line is Sudman. Cardinals ahead 2-0. This is a set to 15, so the margin of error a lot smaller than before. Falling behind 6-0 really probably is insurmountable. Attack outside to Blaha. She's dug. It's blocked and dug. This time she tips. Cardinals dig that. Middle set and a push. Barnes gets it. Wettengale back sets to Petrie out of the back row. She's dug. Coming the other direction. There's an attack and a kill down the line. Mia Shipley, the 5'7" sophomore, gets her 11th kill, and the Cardinals jump ahead 3-0, which is virtually about the same as a 6-0 lead.
Correct.
In a 25-point set.
I was thinking the same thing, Matt.
So it's doable on the Saints end. They needed a side out. Pass by Petrie to Barnes. White with a kill. Tools it off the block out of the middle.
And just like that, it's a 2-point game.
3-1. Saints pull back within 2. Johnson serves.
You know, I never thought I'd say that I loved Raleigh scoring, but I really do love
Oh,
Raleigh
yeah.
scoring.
It's
so
way better.
fast.
We're both old enough to remember the days when it was side-out scoring. Kids don't even know what that is. There's an attack that time and a kill by Chapman.
And again, the Saints not going to have quite as much time to engage and
Right.
kick in here, so it has to be
Mantell, Mantell in to serve. Her team, the Cardinals, leading 4-1, tied 2 sets apiece. Winner of this set to 15 goes to state. There's Bailey White with a kill off the block. Touch Cardinals, 4-2. Saints edge back within 1. Bailey White with her 8 kills of the night. A little stingier with kills than some people, so paper may have her for more. Tim Para covering it here for the Mount Carell and World Herald. Middle attack, Chapman. Saints dig it. Free ball over by Maggie Wettengale. Cardinals set up their offense. It's a right side attack by Chapman.
Nice
Block.
Allie Petrie with perhaps a solo.
I have
block.
solo, her third of the evening. Saints back within 1, 4-3 here.
And that was your Kayla Chapman, Allie Petrie matchup right there.
There you go. Head to head. Recker serves. She checked in for Blaha. Recker with a nice serve, a free ball over. And free ball back over to the Saints. They'll set up their offense. Middle attack by
Nice.
White. She puts it down.
That was a great quick attack. The Saints getting great passes right to target. We can run fast offense.
Saints down 3-0, now tied 4-4. Recker serves on the floor with Wettengale, Johnson, Petrie, Barnes, and White. Nice attack out of the middle and a kill that time by the Cardinals.
Again, those middle attacks by the Cardinals are very effective because sometimes they get a single block, and it is incredibly difficult to block one player that can go angles.
5-4, Cardinals lead and serve. Wettengale passes to Johnson. She sets outside to Petrie. She's dug. Outside attack by the Cardinals and a kill that time.
Again,
give that kill to Sienna Chauncey, her 6th of the night.
We've got to get Allie closer to the net. We got to get her off the 10-foot line. We have to set her closer for her to be effective and get some things done.
At the service line for the Cardinals is Chauncey. Right side one, Shipley. Saints push it over, free ball back to the Cardinals, roll shot Cardinals. Saints dig it. Right side attack by Barnes. Cardinals dig that. Huseman with an attack. Recker digs it. Petrie with a kill. I already called it a kill before she started swinging. She was lined up and saw around the block, and that was a kill.
Again, even on that, the set was pulled her in, but it was still on the 2-foot line, which gave her the opportunity to change the angle, and she could go down the line on a cut shot. So
her 23rd kill ties the set and virtually by the match at 5 apiece here. 2 sets apiece. Free ball over. White's going to pass it to Johnson. She sets to Barnes. Barnes is blocked but dug. She keeps it alive, but it's a lift on the Saints. Point Cardinals.
And I'm going to say it again. We've got to get the ball to Allie. Every time we can get the ball to Allie, we've got to get it to Allie.
White checks out. Wettengale checks in for the Saints at the service line for the Cardinals. Kayla Chapman. Saints, the Cardinals lead 7-5, and there's an ace that time by Chapman. Her 2nd ace of the night. Now the Cardinals lead 8-5. Coach Lance calls her first timeout of the 5th set.
And, you know, they're staying in it. There's nothing they're doing that is, they're not falling apart. They're not doing any of those things, but we need to be smarter about what we do with the free balls. They've given us multiple free ball opportunities, and when they give us easy balls like that, we've got to capitalize. We can't turn it into a volley. We have to capitalize on that.
Terry, I hope you're paying attention to the PA person. Don't be rushing the floor is all I'm saying. I want to make sure you heard that. You have your headset on. I just don't, I hate to see one of those 2 deputies over there have to cuff and stuff you because,
I feel like we have a lot of officers around the building tonight, combined with the enormous man down there by the...
And there's some off-duty here, too. Off-duty State Patrol. Jim Springman's here from the CBPD. We got the Pot Sheriff's Department. Anyway, we're back to volleyball now. Had a nice pass by Recker. Saints trail by 3 on the attack. Petrie off the block and out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
She goes middle from the back row and tools it to the sideline. That's just a power swing. Petrie's 24th kill of the night.
You feed her. She's what
Right.
helped you get you here. You keep giving it to her.
Barnes serves, a nice deep serve. Going to be a set by Mantell, a push to an open spot. Saints missed the spot defensively and give the kill that time to Sienna Chauncey, her 7th of the match. 9-6 Cardinals lead and serve. Sydney Huseman at the service line. 5'8" senior. Pass by Wettengale. Going to be attacked by Petrie, and she just winds up from the opposite side, goes cross court and scores. 25, so 5 kills per set for Petrie tonight. 25 kills in 5 sets, and hopefully more to go. She's at the service line. Saints down by 2. Petrie's serve is passed by the Cardinals. Huseman sets, and that tack is out.
I thought it was out. I thought it was out too, Matt.
Huseman on the attack. Her 7th kill.
There's a little booing going on after that one. I think that's been probably the most notable difference of opinion.
Cardinals lead 10-7, and the ball don't lie. That ball was out because she served into the net. The volleyball gods issue their edict. The ball was out. 10-8. Saints trail this. Wettengale at the service line. This is a game to 7 now, if you will. Only 5 for the Cardinals. It's going to be a set outside and an attack down the line and a kill by Mia Shipley. Her 13th kill of the night. Cardinals back ahead by 3, 11-8. Not too much longer before Coach Lance, if things go this way, continue to go, she might need to call her second and final timeout. At the service line is Connor Sudman. 9 kills and an ace on the night. Blaha passes, bump set back row to Petrie. She goes off tape and down and dug by the Cardinals. Set outside to Blaha. She rolls it deep. Cardinals play a ball perhaps on the way out. Roll shot by the Cardinals. Saints dig it. Middle attack by Bailey White. She's blocked. Give that block to Kayla Chapman, her 3rd of the night, and the Cardinals now lead 12-8. And Coach Lance steps on the floor and encourages her players that they can do this. 12-8. Cardinals now 3 points away from a trip to the state tournament next week. Serving is Sudman. Her serve's passed by Blaha. Barnes sets it with a double contact. Point to the Cardinals. That was a clear call.
Yeah.
And Coach Lance calls a timeout. Her Saints trailing pretty substantially here in the 5th and deciding set, 13-8. And the Cardinals on a bit of a run.
Yep. Right now Allie's in the back row. The best thing that we can do is side out and get her in the front row. Honestly, setting her in the back row isn't a bad idea. That last ball that Bailey got, again, it was from behind her. The set was coming from behind her, and because of the way she swings, she's looking back at the ball. She can't see the block, so she really doesn't know which way to cut. Yeah, you don't know which way to cut. So I think if I'm setting the ball, I'm probably going to have her go on a 3 so she can actually see the ball, or I'm going to set it somewhere else.
Timeout's over. Cardinals step back to the service line. That's Connor Sudman still serving. Saints in a 3-person serve receive. Barnes is the setter. Ball's passed by Blaha. It's off the net. Saints have to roll a free ball over. That's Johnson.
So close. Olivia was so close.
There's
to being under.
Maddie Shipley has to step in and set. Perhaps not her forte. She's called for a double contact. 13-9. Saints pull within 4.
We are talking less than an inch that she was over. He couldn't see, and I'm glad, but it was so very close.
Johnson serves again. A bump set. Outside attack by the Cardinals. It's a push. Blaha digs. Set back outside to Blaha. She tips and is dug. Middle attack by the Cardinals. They push it to a corner. Petrie chases it down. Middle attack by Bailey White. Her tip is dug. Somebody needs to take a swing. And Cardinals do. Saints block it.
Yuck.
And a double contact on the Cardinals. Point Saints. They're back to within.
And that was a great call because it was a really ugly-looking double hit. Right now, Bailey's hesitant. Bailey is hesitant to hit that middle ball because she can't see the block. She doesn't want to hit into the block again.
Saints trail by 3. Johnson at the service line. Libero passes with her hands. There's an attack outside by Chapman. Roll shot. Blaha digs. Johnson sets right side to Barnes. And her ball is down. After a couple of ups, kill for Barnes. It's a 2-point match now. And the Cardinals call a timeout, leading 13-11.
Tim wants a timeout. Again, the Saints can feel it. You know, regardless how this match ends up, they can feel it. They can feel the fifth step magic that's been going on all year long. And regardless of the outcome, they know they're in it.
We won't be surprised either way.
No.
You know, two good teams earned their way here. Really stormed through the regional tournament. Didn't even drop a set on the way here. So
if we can get Allie back in the front row before they get to 15, I predict that, and we get the ball to her, we win this match.
All right, fans trying to fire up. Fans. Jeremy Petrie, Allie's dad, going to fire up the parents section from, leaping across the section trying to get them fired up. Verbally, not physically. Johnson at the service line. Saints have pulled it within 2. 11-13. We're ready to get back underway here. Cardinals are going to go to Huseman. She's going to set. Push shot dug by Wettengale with a one-arm dig. Attacked by Barnes.
Nice shot!
Finds the corner.
That's your Barnstormer right there. That was the shot.
We got our Barnstormer. Olivia's 5th kill of the match. Pulls the Saints to within 1. So Johnson serves on the floor with Wettengale, White, Barnes, Johnson, and Blaha and Petrie. Saints within 1 here. Treynor attack on the outside is blocked, out of bounds. Tooled off the block. Give the kill to Mia Shipley, her 14th. And we are at match point for the Cardinals. They lead 14-12. And Cardinals are serving. Back to the service line is setter Quinn Mantell.
Her dad's the baseball coach.
The baseball coach, Bob.
Here's my prediction. We win this point. We're going to come back and win this
Terry
match.
says Mantell's serve. Pass by Petrie. Can be set by Johnson, back row. Barnes with a pushover. Baja with a pushover. Mantell sets this time. Blocked by the Saints. Cardinals dig it. Shot pushed over by Huseman. Johnson with the pass. Barnes with the shot over her head. A roll shot is dug. Set outside. And a kill. That time by Mia Shipley. And the Saints drop this one in 5 sets. And the Treynor Cardinals going to the state tournament, Terry.
Nope. And their goal was to be the first class that got there every 4 years. And it was a valiant effort. They had such a great season. The Hawk 10 champions. So much a part of the tradition up here.
Yes.
It's going to happen. It's just not going to happen this year.
Not going to happen this year. Doesn't, we say this over and over, doesn't do anything to take away from a great season.
Absolutely.
The Saints had an historic landmark season, not where and how they wanted it to end, but we want to thank our parents, our fans, but particularly our 4 seniors tonight, Emily Recker, Alicia Johnson, Bailey White, and Maggie Wettengale. They're distraught now. They're going to feel terrible, and it's going to hurt for a while, but you and I know what a great ride they gave us this year.
Yeah, they're going to look back on their high school career, and they're going to remember all the great times. It's going to sting for a while, but they're going to forget that, and they're going to remember all the other things that they achieved this year and the last 3 years.
Well, Terry, I want to thank first our fans for putting up with us this year. Maybe not our fans, the Saints fans. But also I want to thank you for doing a great job this season. We had fun doing this, and maybe
nice
we'll
to work with you, Matt.
See you back next year. We want to thank our scoremen here, Cohen and Sawyer, and then, of course, our owner, Spencer Sanchez. We're grateful. We'll see you back in basketball season, everyone.